Well, I think we're pretty lucky we didn't bring my truck down, too.
Yeah.
We'd have two
trucks stuck. Hopefully he's got a big enough piece of equipment to get this truck out.
Yeah.
Freddy and Juan are 900 feet above the historic town of Sumter, Oregon, bogged down en route to a struggling mine operated by 38-year-old Tyler Beers.
He's here. Tyler!
Hey, Juan.
How you doing?
Hey, Freddy.
How's it going?
Not too bad. You guys got stuck?
Yeah. Freddie.
Tyler.
Nice to meet you, Tyler.
Nice to meet you, Tyler.
Nice to meet you, Juan.
Yeah.
Tyler Beers, a concrete finisher for most of the year, has run his 1-acre mine in the late spring for the last 2 years. The season is short due to unpredictable snowmelt being his only water source.
There's our fresh water coming in. My dad brought me up here all the time as a little kid, and I've been up here in Sumter in these Blue Mountains panning for gold ever since. He's helping me this year, and he loves it up here. It's great to have the family, obviously.
Let's pull her out.
Come on, baby, give her some gas. Let's go. Come on, give her some gizzy. Come on.
Once we get to the top of this hill, we should be all right.
Let me try to go without the chain.
He's gonna try to get a running start at it. Oh yeah, he got it.
Perfect. Hey, Freddy.
Young gun Tyler Beers hopes to turn his failing mine into a money spinner.
So this your mine, huh?
Yes, this is my mine. My dad showed it to me about 5 years ago.
Okay.
I've been working since about 2018 to get where we are today,
Right.
with the trommel, the pond, and the diggings, obviously.
So is this your cut right here?
This is the cut.
You can kind of see where you're working there.
We're struggling. Our yield's really low. It's not really paying for the diesel. It's paying for the rental equipment, that's about it.
How much gold did you do last year?
A little bit under 12 ounces.
How long did you run?
5 weeks
5
at the
weeks?
most, in
Okay.
a drought year.
So you have a limited window to get your gold.
Absolutely.
How much will be done this year?
We're about 4.5 ounces. I would say, yeah.
How long have you been running this year?
4 weeks?
Yeah, that's not good.
So in your opinion, what's your biggest problem that you have?
The water, definitely. In this area, we have snowmelt for water.
So when the snow's gone, your season's done.
Without the water, I can't even begin to wash a rock to look for the gold. So
Exactly.
the water's, it's priceless.
Well, let's look at your plant. Let's start there.
Okay, I want to introduce you guys to my dad.
Okay.
Awesome.
Hey, Dad. Freddie and Juan are here.
What's your
Kevin.
name? Kevin, nice to meet you, Kevin.
Freddie.
Freddie,
Nice to meet you, Kevin. So how long have you known about this place?
About 20 years, 3 years ago. Got a hold of Tyler, says, you got the gold bug a little bit. I says, I got a place I want to show you. So he set up his high banker. Him and his buddy shoveled in some dirt for a while, and there's 40, 50 pieces of gold there after about 45 minutes. And his eyes glazed over, and
Gold fever.
here we are.
There you are. So it's your fault.
It's his fault.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
Well, there she goes, Fred.
First bucket.
Yeah.
The centerpiece of the Beers operation, a 1929 Lapierre trommel, Old Yellow. Tyler feeds the gold-bearing material through the 17-foot barrel, where water washes gold off the rocks into a 12-foot sluice.
Want to poke around a little bit, Fred?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, feel it.
Yeah, they're packed.
Act solid. No bueno. We know we can help them here.
Well, let's keep on looking around, huh?
Let's go look at their ponds. That doesn't look good. The clean water's getting mixed instantly with the dirty water.
You're absolutely right, Freddie. The second it comes into the pond, it gets dirty.
Yep. What do you think, Lano, on that spray bar?
Man, we've had that problem with a lot of plants, Freddie. It's not set up right.
The material's up on the side. The water's on the bottom.
Yeah, does nothing.
Yep, it's kind of like taking a shower but not standing under the shower head. It's not gonna get clean.
What do you think, Freddie? Should we take a patent of that and take a look at it?
Yeah. 1-0.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Watch your fingers. Yeah, there's a lot of material
There's
there.
a lot of material.
There's probably, what, 15, 20% of the material that should be going down the sluice isn't ever making it there.
Yeah.
With this much fine material coming out the end of the trommel, Tyler could be losing 20% of his gold.
I say we pound the pay,
See what it looks like, huh?
because it doesn't look like pay to me anyway.
No.
See if there's any round rocks at all while you're panning it, Juan.
Not a speck, Fred.
Nothing. Yep. They're putting material through the plant that doesn't have much gold in it. And this is proof right here.
There we are, 4 hours, Freddie.
Last bucket!
Well, should we go take a look, Fred?
Yeah, let's have a look, Wano.
A couple little flakes in there.
Well, guys, clean it up. Let's get it on the scale.
Okay, let's do it.
My biggest worry is I looked at the material they're running, and it doesn't look good. The plant itself, it needs some work, but if there's no gold in the material they're putting in it, all that is for naught.
It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Test run complete. Freddy and Juan prepare for the first gold weigh with rookie Oregon miner Tyler Beers.
Pour it in there, Wano.
I'm hoping it's heavy.
Well, moment of truth, guys.
Yep.
.13.
You sure you got it all?
You got it all. .13.
Oh, well. That's not good, guys.
It's pathetic.
You know, there's $250 worth of gold there, right?
Right.
So about $60 an hour, call it.
That doesn't cover the fuel for that machine or that machine.
There's $250 worth of gold there.
Probably cost you 4 times that to make it.
Each mining day costs Tyler close to $1,000 in fuel and materials.
Then after you said, you know, you're working on the last of your savings right now, there's no use throwing your savings away. Right now, you're spending $1 to make a dime. Every hour you run, you're taking money away from your family. We started panning your pay. We never found a color in it. It's more of a dirt mine right now is what you're running. Juan and myself are in a pretty tough spot here. We rolled in here thinking that water was going to be the problem. Water's not the problem.
With just 4 days to save the mine, Freddy must give Tyler a crash course in prospecting.
So now it's time to do some investigation.
The area shows evidence of historical mining. First step, Freddy needs to know how well it was mined.
See, now this is getting interesting here.
Discovering the date this ground was mined is critical to determine if Tyler should retreat or battle it out.
Where'd this tree come from?
50 lineal feet at the most.
So right out of your cut.
Right in the center of it.
So I'm gonna try to age this tree using these rings as a reference or a guide to let us know when this was mined. Because they would have tore every tree out of it. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
If the tree is less than 150 years old, Tyler's ground may be worthless.
38, 139, 140. And this tree's 140 years old. That tells me that this was mined out in the 1860s, 1870s. And there was probably thousands of people in here at the time.
What we want to do is we want to cut this spray bar and angle the jet so they're actually hitting the material.
In the hope that Freddy's search for gold will pay off, Juan begins modifications to the trommel to improve its recovery.
I seen it flopping.
Yep, she's almost there.
Freddy and Juan identified the spray bar was set at the wrong angle.
Kind of like taking a shower but not standing under the shower head.
Completely missing the rocks.
Oh, there you go. Got her now.
Juan's plan? rotate the spray bar 45 degrees off the vertical to ensure water effectively washes the rocks.
You're gonna run a trommel and equipment. You just gotta pay, and so far it hasn't.
Right here, you'll see these 2 holes. Go ahead and drill those out, and then we'll go to the next size up, go to 3/8.
Tyler, he's spending money to be here. I'm helping my son here, and hopefully get him on the right track.
You know, we come into situations sometimes where it doesn't require a ton of fixes. You know, something as small as adjusting the spray bar, it's gonna make a huge difference in the recovery. But all that is secondary. First and foremost, we gotta make sure that we find a spot that's worth mining.
Freddy believes the gold that didn't make it into the old-timers' sluices got trapped in the fractured bedrock.
This is plan B. I hope we don't have to find a plan C, because I don't know that there'd be one. Give her hell, bud.
Hope and pray that we can find some serious gold. I need to turn this thing around. I need to get my debts paid.
Perfect. Let's see what's in it. Well, fingers crossed, man.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Heck yeah.
There is. Holy cow. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 colors. And some of them pretty flippin' nice.
That's phenomenal, Freddie.
So that's in the bedrock that the old timers couldn't clean up.
They left a lot of gold laying there, didn't they?
Well, they didn't have a traco. They had bars and picks.
Right.
This excites me.
I'm hopeful.
See the different color carpets going here.
So what we're doing here, by having this second layer of carpet, what it's gonna do is gonna allow that material, if it does work its way through the miner's moss, it'll still get trapped underneath.
Okay.
So it's just giving you a second layer of a protection. Let me finish cutting this up, and then we can start working on the adjustment on them.
Alrighty.
How's she going, Juan?
It's coming along, Freddie. I'm just putting these riffles back together.
Looks good. I'll start lowering the sluice then, eh, Juan?
Yeah.
All hands on deck right now to get this done. We've got, just a limited amount of time.
I'm excited to see the first scoop of material go through, see what it looks like.
Here goes. First bucket, Wano.
Moment of truth, huh, Freddie?
Yep, let's start a timer.
All right.
Let's do a 4-hour run.
Over the last week, Freddy and Juan have re-angled the spray bar to ensure water washes gold off the rocks, lowered the sluices, and installed custom mats and riffles to capture fine gold, and diverted snowmelt into their feeder pond so that the water they pump up to the trommel is clean. But Freddy's toughest challenge was finding pay. To make this mine viable,
Moment of truth.
Tyler needs at least 0.44 ounces.
Well, that's a
Go,
beanie.
Fred. I'll let you do the honors.
There's a hat in it.
That actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
The first 4-hour test produced less than $250 with just 0.13 ounces of gold.
You guys ready to weigh this up?
Yep, I am.
Well,
Dang, look at that.
we're already ahead of where you were last time. There's a 1/2 ounce.
Half an ounce. Wow.
We just went past 3/4.
That looks really good.
That looks really good, guys.
Well, 0.77.
That's amazing.
0.77 ounces, an increase of nearly 600%.
I'm happy to see you smiling now.
A full day would produce 1.54 ounces. If the gold and snowmelt hold up, in the next month, Tyler could mine $65,000 worth of gold,
Thanks, Fred.
You're
Thanks a
welcome.
million.
You're welcome.
That's gonna save my
So-
season.
enough to pay back investors and provide an income for his family.
You've gone from, what, $200 a day
Yeah.
in 4 hours to 1,300 bucks in 4 hours.
That's phenomenal. That's the best we've ever done.
Finally,
I know.
It's been a great opportunity to learn. These lessons, they're something I'll always have and never forget. I'm not quitting, I'm not giving up. I'm gonna mine the heck out of this thing and get all the gold I can. Thanks, Fred. Juan.
No problem.
Completely turned it around.
Tyler and Kevin now, they actually have an opportunity to make a living. You know, before, they were not even paying the bills. But now, with what we were able to find them, and with the plant being fixed properly, they have a chance. They have a real shot at this.
I'm wasting time. I gotta get my ass to mining.
You gotta get to work, huh? Well, we really gotta get on the road, too. So.
Yeah. The biggest help that we helped these guys with was turning them into prospector miners. Now they've got a vision. Now they've got a goal. Now they understand the lay of their land. And the sky's the limit for these guys.
Travel safe, Freddy.
Thanks. I'll lead the way. Good to be with my buddy in his home state of Nevada.
So what do you know about Miner Mike?
He's been at it for a long time.
So he's a seasoned miner.
Sometimes it takes us coming in before they're willing to shut down for a day or two to fix stuff because they just want to keep making gold, you know. This might be our first mine intervention, Wano.
Juan?
Hi, Juan.
Will Mercer.
Bill?
Nice to meet
Will.
you.
Will.
Yes, sir.
And Mike, I assume.
Well, it's a cool looking little plant you got here.
Thank you. It's a work in progress.
So is it just you two guys out here right now?
Right now, yes, it is.
Okay.
How much gold have you done this year?
Well, we just got started so far. Bad year would be 100 ounces.
We need 4 ounces a day, and we're just not getting it.
Well, what do you think? Let's run it for 4 hours and see how much gold you get.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Right on.
They may see some things that may not work in their minds, but after a little bit of explanation, I think that Freddie, he might learn something from what I'm doing. Now, I'm not a rookie, and I believe I know the ground. I know how to catch gold.
Let's go! Get some gold!
First bucket, Juan.
Hope we can get lucky with some gold today.
Mike spent nearly 3 decades building this mine into not just his livelihood, but also his home.
This is my life, what I do here. I want to keep doing it forever. To live out in the country and look at God's creation every day.
This may be a tough one,
Yeah.
you know, without rebuilding their plant.
It would take us 2-3 weeks just to get everything redone.
He's worried he may be losing big nuggets. We need to start with what's going to get him the most gold in his pocket in the time that we're here.
Mike feeds pay dirt into the 1940s converted asphalt dryer he uses as a trommel. Large rocks pass out the end, where Will collects them in a waiting dump truck. The small material caught by the trommel passes down through a series of pipes into a jig. Anything smaller than 1/8 of an inch should fall through the jig screen and into Mike's first sluice run. The larger material passes into a 9-inch wide chute, which funnels into a repurposed oil barrel. Calling this a dewatering barrel, Mike punched holes into the drum so when it spins, the material gets broken up and dried out. This finest material then passes down through the holes and into his last chance sluice boxes.
Look at that sluice down there. We're only here for a week, so just trying to look and see if there's any things that we can help him recover more gold with. And he's doing a pretty good job.
You know, honestly, the big chunky gold he has, it's easy to catch.
Easy to catch those nuggets.
Yeah. It's the fine gold you got to worry about.
So maybe the bottom box, that little guy,
What are you thinking?
it's got all nugget ripples in there. They're just plugged right solid.
Yeah. That's something we're going to have to address Keep on looking.
This little chute here, that really isn't going to do anything the way he's got it set up. You know, with the amount of water you got coming off here, there's got to be some fine gold in there too.
Yeah, I would imagine so. This dewatering trommel, it's just getting backed up. We can fix that.
We'll figure something out to keep those holes cleaned out.
Keep from getting blinded up.
The dewatering trommel spins water off the wet rocks and reroutes any material that is 3/16 of an inch or less into the last chance sluice. Anything larger is sent up the conveyor to the tailings pile.
I'll keep looking around. You want to start panning?
Yeah, I'll take a look at it and see what we're losing.
Okay.
Juan will sample the tailings out of the dewatering trommel, where, if Mike's right about catching 98% of his gold, there should be nothing but clean gravel.
And there's gold in it. So right there, there's about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces of gold. One of them's actually pretty sizable. The other 8, they're not real big, but they're there. It's a bad sign. You know, that dewatering screen, what we're doing there, I think we're actually creating kind of a muddy mess, and we're actually pushing it out the tailings conveyor. We're never even having a chance to be able to sluice it.
Last bucket. One more.
Now, Mike, so I panned some of your tailings coming on that conveyor. Out of one pan, it was 3/4 full, about 9 pieces in it.
Dumping gold.
They're little, but they're there.
I'm shocked.
That's out of one pan.
Whoa.
We send pans through all day, every day.
Damn.
If there's 9 pieces in a pan going up, that could be millions.
Heartbroken?
Don't be heartbroken. That's why we're here, Mike. Freddie and I were here. We want to help as best we can. I'm just hoping that he's going to be open to changes, you know?
Time to weigh some gold up, huh?
Yeah, this is the gold we got from that 4-hour run.
Dump her in.
To cover the soaring cost of fuel, repairs, and make a profit,
There's some
Some
dust
chunky
in there.
stuff in there.
Mike needs around 4 ounces per day.
And dust.
Some fine stuff, too.
This 4-hour test must deliver no less than 2 ounces.
There's
And then-
1.37,
Drop that guy in there too.
1.60.
We have some ideas. One thing is we know we're losing fine gold, and we need to focus on that. So it's not the most ideal situation, but I know you're worried about your nuggets, right? You know, those
Yeah.
big nuggets going off the
Yeah.
end.
The guy I know, he's a metal detecting professional. I thought about bringing him in to just swing a metal detector around your tailings piles and see if he finds a nice nugget there.
Sounds great.
Sounds good.
See you in a minute, guys.
You know, my deal structure with Mike is I get a percentage of the gold at the end of the season. If he can't get his mine more productive and catching more gold, eventually it's all going to give. It's truly financially, it's a burden.
What I'm doing is designing the sluice box that Freddie wants to build.
In the cut trailer, Juan gets to work fabricating the first of their fixes.
It's going to be a little different. It's not just a regular straight sluice box. It's going to have a little bit of a taper at the front.
A bespoke 22-inch fine gold sluice to replace Mike's narrow 9-inch chute.
So you can see the shape up there. What's going to happen is the material coming off of the duplex jig is going to fall into that narrow spot, and then it's going to fan out and give it 24 inches of sluicing surface. You know, right now, fuel costs are just killing everyone. But it's gotten to the point where this extra percentage could actually mean the difference of him eating or actually putting fuel in the plant. One of the things that we really want to focus on is we want to make sure that everything's completely level and square and straight.
At the cut trailer, the new sluice is taking shape.
If there's any kind of bows or bends, what it'll do, it'll create a spot for that gold to go underneath and get lost. These magnets are set up so they're a true 90. You put them in, you turn them on, and it actually holds your plate in place, so that way you can weld it, and when you weld it, you know it's 100%, it's gonna be a 90 degree.
To make the angle stay perfectly straight, Juan has a clever trick.
So what we're doing here, we call these ribs, but what this does is basically gives the box itself a little more rigidity. So that way when we're moving it or when it's on the plant and it's turning, it's twisting, you know, it doesn't get distorted. So by putting these ribs in, it doesn't flex, it doesn't move, and there's no water going underneath the sluice. All right, we got the last weld here. Last weld, that was it.
Well, Juan's up there building that new sluice box for this area right now. I think he got the easy job. Me and Mike got the hard job.
Before they can install the new sluice, Freddy and Mike must remove the old chute.
Moving it all.
After 20 years, the old chute is stuck firm.
Felt like it moved that time.
Didn't budge. Shoot. Perfect. Hey, Guano.
Give it a shot, huh?
With 2 build days remaining, it's all hands on deck to install the new sluice box in the 20-year-old system.
Well, it's gonna be sad to see that old girl go, but out with the old, in with the new.
We didn't want to cut it out until we had it safely secured, because if we'd have just cut it loose before, it would have just fell before we were tied onto it. So got to get it done safe.
There, it's got tension on it, Freddy.
Okay.
Ready to cut?
Coming up.
Let's fly this kite. Bye-bye, baby.
Is Mike over there saying goodbye to his baby?
Oh,
That's part of his life right there that just got taken away.
Nice knowing you. Bingo.
Have to put some spurs on. Back to my rodeo days, back when I was barrel racing.
Freddy's first step, weld a bracket to mount the spray bar inside the free spinning barrel.
I'll weld to stand there. Long range welding. Oh,
Don't roll in.
shark mother. Oh. When you guys retire this drum, you can sell it to a razor blade company. I can't say it's super uncomfortable, but I've been a heck of a lot more comfortable. Well, one more job done.
Spray bar installed, Freddy connects it to Mike's water supply.
Lots of stuff to do. We got to cut into his main line, put a valve on it, get a hose up there and get it hooked up so when we fire this plant back up, it's ready to go. Well, you want to cut that?
Yeah, definitely.
So you enjoying it out in the West?
Oh yeah, I love it out here. I mean, Mike has been a wealth of knowledge, you know, and what I've learned in the last 2 years with him is I feel like I could go to the Yukon and just strike it big. No.
You had those heavy Hungarian riffles that are made for coarser material, right? What those were doing is they were blinding over on you. So whatever gold you were catching in here, you were probably catching the first day. And then after that, the thing locked up on you like concrete, and then any gold you would have caught in here is now in your tailings pile. So this will alleviate that.
Win, 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 win.
It has been awesome to see those guys find all the problems in someone's plant and operation and not embarrass them, but show them a good, easy, solid fix.
Eyeballs.
You know, seeing the passion that they have for it and seeing that they truly do care to try to help us capture more gold. I mean, it's absolutely been amazing.
Well,
actually, that one's not square.
we're working late tonight because there's more to this than what we initially thought, like just cutting that stuff out.
Coming along all right down there?
Little by little, it's kind of small.
Yeah.
You burn yourself in one spot to weld to burn yourself in another spot.
Oh, yeah.
You look at it and you think, I can do that in 2 hours. 4 hours later, you're still screwing with it, trying to tear it apart. Oh.
You all right?
Yeah. We got to get it done, because tomorrow's judgment day to see if what we've done here is going to work or not going to work.
If we get a 10% increase, I'll really be happy. It'll also make me sad because we've been throwing some gold away. This is what we got in the 4-hour run.
Okay.
And once again, we got a nice flat nugget that didn't fit in the vial. So we're gonna just pour in there what we got in the 4-hour run. We're in a little bit better material.
The first test delivered 1.6 ounces. Anything more than 2 ounces promises a profit.
2.20.
2.2 ounces, a 37% increase on the first run. Over a 100-day season, this could deliver Mike 440 ounces, worth over $750,000.
I am so happy with you guys coming up here and the work you did. You're gonna make us a lot of money in the long run with this stuff.
That's right.
That's gonna be a windfall. It has been an emotional week.
There's 3 families that are completely dependent on the gold that's going to come off of this plant.
Yep. Whatever gold's in the sluice box is feeding these guys.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Such an idiot. It's gonna be okay.
That's not good, Fred.
I forgot to open the rear hatch, and then all of a sudden, I'm looking up at the sky. Hopefully this will work. So should I pull the PTO and everything out?
Just don't touch anything right now.
Okay.
That'd probably be the best thing.
My brother's probably gonna kick me off the site. Hopefully nothing's permanently damaged. I forgot to pull the handle.
101. Lift
Well, and then
gate.
I pushed it to disengage when it was like, and then it just.
It's too late.
I was straight up.
Gravity took its effect.
Did you put the brake on?
No, I didn't do anything.
Just bailed?
I feel like a flippin' idiot.
What happened?
You pulling wheelies?
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting way to, dump the truck.
It's not the best first impression for
That's all
first
right.
week on the mine.
Hey, that's
for
all right.
sure.
Should have seen the look on his face.
Oh, I'm sure.
You probably won't do it again.
Absolutely not.
We'll let you get back at it.
Thanks, guys. Gentle!
You're all right.
Woo, thank you, Jesus.
Because right now you can see, we got quite a bit of material coming down here that never even has a chance to get washed.
Yeah, they're losing gold here.
Look at that right there, Freddie. As he's dumping material, and all that fine material is just going off the top of it.
You almost don't even need to pan that to know there's gold in it.
That's pay. That's pay
That
right
is
there.
pay.
Coming right
All
off
that
of
should
it.
be going down the sluice box. Just going out on the ground there. I'm gonna say 5% of their material, huh?
Yeah, at least 5%.
Take her away, Matt.
Oh no. The hopper is jammed up. Oh boy. Hurry up. Yeah.
that's not good.
Hopper's getting plugged up when the material gets wet. You see the bars down there. Sometimes they'll get built up on that and it won't slide past them. I mean, we have to do this at least, I don't know, every hour. I mean, we're up here for 5-10 minutes at a time, and it takes away from us digging hay out of the cut.
The clogged hopper cost the operation a total of 5 to 10 hours per week of critical mining time.
Been fighting it and fighting it. I hope these guys can find a solution to fix that thing.
That hopper is slowing them down by a lot.
Yep, that's the most important thing here is that hopper. It's plugging up, which is costing them time.
You know, and at the end of the day, time is money. Less time running is less gold in the box.
That's exactly right.
There we go. All right, Derek, we got you all fixed up. I'm gonna head back down and keep the pay coming.
We're 4 hours now, so.
All right, I'll call the boys. I'm gonna shut her down.
Sounds good.
Well, I'm curious to see how much gold they end up with.
Yeah.
On top of the 5 to 10 hours a week lost to the hopper, the young miners lose 1 full day a week on their cleanup process.
You see, that's our problem. It just hangs up in those ambers, man. You just can't get it out.
I don't know what the amber sand is.
Yeah, that's really the biggest challenge here.
How are you getting that out of that sand?
Well, we usually get all the visible we can get, the bigger stuff that we can't separate, and then we will plop some mercury in.
Using mercury.
Yeah, that's been the only way we've been able to really capture most of it.
So you're getting what you can like that,
Yep.
and then the rest of it you're amalgamating.
You spend hours panning, trying to get that fine stuff out of those sands.
And you never get it all.
You never get it all.
Well, I hate to see you using mercury.
Mercury, an element used in gold recovery for nearly 3,000 years, absorbs gold, leaving behind other materials.
That mercury's eating it up.
The mercury is then vaporized to extract the gold, a dangerous process as the fumes can cause severe poisoning and brain damage.
I had one friend that got pretty ill from using it wrong. These guys are using it right, but they're still using it. If there's any way, you know, we can get them to not use it, get them into the 21st century, that'll be good.
It's crazy.
This is how a lot of the old timers used to clean up their gold, and people still do in a lot of countries around the world. Most people are shifting away from it.
You know, in the modern era now, you know, we don't have to use mercury anymore. There's better ways to do it.
That's all we've been able to find so far with our budget, at least.
Yeah.
So,
And we understand that you need every speck of gold out of there to pay bills, so.
yeah, respect counts.
Well, I guess finish doing your process on it, and when it's done, we'll grab a scale and see what's there.
Weigh her up.
Cleanup complete.
Got a scale and a pan here.
Freddy and Juan weigh up the gold.
So this is the stuff you were able to clean up without amalgamating it?
Yep, that's clean
And
stuff.
that stuff you had to clean up with mercury, that
Yep.
fine stuff.
Taking care of the mercury, yep.
Makes your gold brittle, right? You could take your gold
Yeah, and break her.
and break it right. See it?
Jeez.
Break it right in half.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's weigh it up.
let's weigh it up, Owen.
Yeah.
Here you go.
For this mine to be viable, the crew need at least 0.7 of an ounce from their 4-hour run.
0.61.
0.61, huh? It's not great, guys.
No.
It's not horrible, but it's not spectacular. How's that? So a third of their gold they're having to use mercury on one.
Yeah.
That figure was not a good clean out. We really can't afford to have bad clean outs.
If it was one guy and one family to feed, it'd be all right. But it's taking 3 of you to get it, right?
Yeah, and that's what we want to make work is all 3 of us working together on this.
Yeah, this is definitely not enough to feed our families. Can you help us?
Yeah, there's ways we can help you. We just need to go talk about it and
All right.
figure out a game plan.
With 3 of us here, we need every speck of gold that comes out of that box.
The second test run must prove the fixes will deliver at least 1.75 ounces per day to make the true mine profitable.
not have a backup plan going into this. I mean, everything, my investment, everything I've been saving for the last 10 years is in this operation, and it needs to be successful.
Here's a moment of truth, Freddie.
First bucket, Juan.
There it is. That grizzly bar's working better already, Freddie.
It is.
When we did our initial test run, several times he had to go out there and actually poke the hopper.
The way it's designed too, we've gone from 30 degrees to 35 degrees. It's looking good. It's doing exactly what I'd hoped it would do. It's keeping the weight off that belt. It's not plugging, and it's a constant feed forward.
Before, right there's where that other bar was, Fred.
Yep.
It would already be getting caught.
During that 4-hour initial test, probably lost 20 minutes of downtime because of this feeder plugging up.
I'm happy with that, Fred. Good job.
Thanks,
That was good.
Juan.
Yeah, so far, I have not had to stop once for the feeder. I mean, she is just feeding beautiful, which is saving tons of time. Grizzly bars are working good. It feels good when everything's running smooth, man.
Wiper's doing its job, Juan.
It's working, Freddie.
We don't have a stream running anymore.
No. You know, we're saving all that water, and then we're scraping all that material off the bottom of the belt, getting it sluiced.
Yep.
You know, for a cheap little home-built scraper, it's working all right.
Yep. Good job, Juan.
Yep. Thanks, bud.
Oh, this is make or break. Already struck out in a couple endeavors in life, and this is pretty much my last chance to be able to provide and keep my family fed.
Mining is one of the things I've always been really passionate about. So Freddy and Juan can make it to where we can do this for a full-time job. I mean, I feel like a dream come true.
There we are, Freddie.
Last bucket?
Last bucket, man.
Last bucket, Derek!
All right, sounds good. Shut her down, guys.
That was a good run.
4 hours, right on the nose.
I'm excited to see this cleanup, Freddie.
I am too. Well, fingers crossed, Wano.
Yeah.
Well,
Moment of truth, guys.
All right, here we
Yeah.
go.
Fingers crossed.
The three of us are practically feeding our families. I mean, really, we're eating out of the sluice box. So, I mean, every ounce we get, I mean, it counts.
well, first scoop, huh?
Let's see how it does.
If successful, the table should separate the gold from the amber sands.
A little nervous, hopefully, because this stuff's heavy.
Yeah, I know.
But Freddy's never experienced this material before.
See what it does. Watch this, guys.
And if it fails, so too will the last hope for the true mine.
I'm not seeing anything on this side. You?
Nope.
No gold in this. It's way heavier than most sands.
You may have to adjust your sprayers just a little bit.
Let me make sure those hoses are in there. Here we go. Watch right there. Boom. It's split.
Wow.
It is. It's splitting
Yeah,
that
I
off.
see it.
Boom.
It's pretty cool stuff.
It's crazy.
Dang, I've never seen anything like this.
Sweeping
Got
the
a nice
gold.
line of gold, Freddie. Looks good.
It is a nice line of gold.
Wow. Holy,
Yeah.
look at it's so
Yeah.
crazy.
More coming.
Looking good.
This
Turn
is
this water
so
down up here.
Wild.
You know what's kind of cool about this? I'll be honest with you, as heavy as that stuff is, I was nervous about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty heavy.
So
You know, I'd look like a fool if I couldn't clean it up, right?
Yeah. Pretty neat.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
Yeah. It's actually doing a really good job separating that stuff.
Yeah. That beats a pan and mercury, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think this will be faster too.
It will be faster.
And
Yeah, totally.
The process
Yeah.
you have to go through with
Yeah.
the mercury, this will be
Yeah.
faster.
Way
You're going
faster.
to get more gold, too.
Derek and I have talked about getting a table for a long time, and it's really going to help us out and get away from mercury. At the end of the day, it could be the game changer, you know?
So this gold's probably 10% cleaner than your gold. So a lot of the weight we did on that first test
Yeah, it was
was
junk.
dirt.
Yeah.
And some of that is heavy mineral.
Yeah.
But this is cleaner, and what do you think, guys?
Oh, yeah, that's really good.
That looks good.
Yeah.
This should take a day off of what we were doing before. It just took so long with those concentrates and having to amalgamate them.
You want to dry this up, Derek, and
Yeah, sounds good.
we'll get a weight on it.
Sounds good.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Let you handle the treasure. I don't want to.
Don't spill it.
If this doesn't work, I have no other options. I've exhausted everything else. It has to work.
Here they come, one.
Let's see what it is, Fred. Yeah, moment of truth. Moment of truth.
Yeah,
There
moment
you
true.
go, guys.
Well,
Well, it looks better.
right there is 0.61, guys. That's how much gold you had the first 4-hour run. So we got a little left in here. Everything else from here on out hitting the scales and increase. Here we go.
For this mine to turn a profit, the results from the second test needs to deliver at least 0.7 ounces.
0.63, 0.64, 0.67, 0.7,
0.71. That's pretty good. What is that, Freddie? About 15%
Yeah,
or so?
15%.
Yep.
That's pretty damn good.
That's gonna add up.
Yeah.
It's going to be more than that because your runtime's going to go up exponentially because of the table.
Because what we table that in probably 15 minutes. Right?
With Freddy and Juan's fixes and the new cleanup process, a full day of running could net the crew over 2 ounces of gold, worth $3,600, enough to support their families and turn a profit.
And the truth of the matter is, none of that has mercury on it, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty damn good.
And it's even better.
So, you know, mining's a numbers game. The table, the way this is all work out, I think it's going to get us what we need, and I think it's going to make a huge difference.
Happy with this?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
We're happy with it.
Really
Yeah.
good.
We're happy.
I mean,
I'm so
great, man.
thankful. This is awesome.
Well, take care of this, guys.
Yeah.
yeah, we will,
It's our new
absolutely.
baby.
You take care of this, it'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here's your gold.
Awesome.
And
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
right
you.
on.
Pleasure.
Right on. Thank you.
All right, guys.
See you later, guys. You're doing all this all by yourself,
Yes,
huh?
I am.
So you're feeding the plant,
Yes.
tailings, digging the pay,
Yes.
Wow.
doing the cleanup,
Yes.
everything all by
Everything.
yourself.
All by myself, yes.
It's a lot of work for one guy.
It is.
Yeah.
Ton of work.
Last year was actually my really first year setting all this up, trying to get everything all up and running. And of course, it took me all summer to go through, I would say about 40, 50 yards of material.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, not much at all, you know,
So
especially.
that's all you've ran?
That's all I've ran through this plant,
Are you about out of savings?
pretty much.
Really?
I'm losing a lot of money doing what I'm doing. We don't have nothing in the account. It's all invested into here.
You got any of your gold?
Actually, yes, I do.
That's really good looking gold,
That's
though.
beautiful gold. What kind of gold are you needing per day to make a living in here?
Well, I would like to at least pull out an ounce every second day, you know.
So last summer, how much gold you get?
About 20 grams last year.
20 grams last year.
Yes.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, not much at all.
20 grams of gold is worth roughly $1,200.
What's your goal for this year?
I need to make at least 40 ounces a season to get out of the red to get into the black.
Okay.
You
It's a big
know,
jump, yeah.
Is a huge step.
Terry needs more than 50 times that amount, around $70,000 in gold, to make up his losses.
Well, let's fire the plant up and run 4 hours
let's
and
do
see
it.
what we see.
All right, that sounds good with me, guys. Okay, Freddy, firing it up! All right.
First bucket, Wano.
Start the time.
4 hours.
First step in his process, Terry sifts out large boulders with a rock grizzly. He then feeds the pay into his 5-yard hopper feeder. A 35-foot conveyor belt carries this material to a pre-wash and shaker deck, where it is graded before it passes down into the sluices.
Pretty wet material, eh, Wano?
Yeah, very
Pretty
wet
damn.
material. You almost need the vibrator on that.
Yeah, it does. It's not gonna fall through. Stuff's just plugging up on that grizzly.
Time to go have a look here, see what's going on. This material's been sitting since last year.
So it's pretty wet, huh?
It's still wet, like it's already 2 years old. I'm very frustrated right now. I thought for sure that the material would be a little bit better. That even though I inline my hopper feeder, it's still sticking to the inside walls. So it's actually not sliding down where it's supposed to. Let's see what the heck here. Now I gotta bang the side, just to keep the material moving. Oh, okay.
Once through the hopper and into the shaker deck, the pay dirt splits into 3 different sluice runs: coarse, medium, and fine. A 4th run, for extra fines, passes through a centrifugal bowl that separates the gold by rotating at high speed.
What do you think, Juan?
I don't know, Brett. I'm not a big fan of that bowl.
No, I don't either.
Let me get a gold pan. I want to see what that bowl's puking out.
A centrifugal bowl is lined with rubber riffles. Mounted on a vertical shaft, it spins at over 100 RPM. This centrifugal force causes gold to travel upward along the inside of the bowl, to be pressed against the walls and caught beneath the rim. But if it becomes clogged with wet pay, gold escapes into the tailings pond.
Bit of material in there.
Two colors, Juan, or maybe 3. It's so fine that might need a magnifying glass.
Yeah, I see 2, Fred.
2 really fine ones, huh? I have a lot more faith in a really good sluice box with that bowl in there.
Running out of fuel means one-man Ben Terry's test run was just 3 hours, and with material constantly clogging, he only ran 6 yards of pay.
Moment of truth there.
Yeah, gotta make sure we get all that out.
0.06.
0.06 for a 3-hour run.
Juan and myself, we've seen a lot of stuff, but this is almost the worst gold we found. You aren't gonna buy a new house with it.
0.06 ounces, worth around $100.
It's $15 a yard.
Okay.
Which, if you can run yardage, you can make money on it.
Awesome.
Right?
Well, that's what I was
So
hoping.
if you can go from 2 yards an hour to, let's say 10, instead of $30 an hour like you're running now, it's $150 an hour. You just got to get more material going through that plant. You got the gold here.
If Terry can run 80 yards of pay instead of 16, he could make $1,200 a day and could exceed his half-an-ounce target to turn a profit. Freddy and Juan plan to set out the pay into V-shaped piles called windrows to dry it out before going through the plant. 2 vibrators on the hopper will stop any pay sticking to the walls. They will modify a counterweight on the pre-wash to help shake off any remaining pay. Finally, a new plumbing system will divert material away from the centrifugal bowl and into a brand new sluice box. But wash plant improvements are just half the battle.
Really, I think the biggest thing we need to work on here is his wife.
But she's scared of the equipment.
If we could turn this in from a one-man operation to a couple's operation.
And 2 people are going to do twice the production as 1.
Financially, Terry's already at rock bottom, and these fixes won't come cheap.
I know he's on a budget, but
Each
the
one of these-
vibrators are a few $100 a piece probably, right?
That's loose run and carpets and everything else, call it $3,200.
So we're at $3,200.
Yep.
You making more blisters, Terry?
Hey guys, yeah, I'm working on them.
Well, Juan and myself put some ideas together.
Starting with your grizzly, the way that you store your material. You actually leave it underneath the grizzly. Well, the problem there is it gets just sopping wet.
So our thoughts were grizzly it and then windrow it out here so the wind hits it and the sun hits it, and then put it in your plant.
The next one's going to be obviously your hopper.
Yes.
So we talked about putting a vibrator on the top so it can help that material vibrate through the hopper. Next, we're gonna eliminate your bolt and actually have it all go down one sluice and extend it out.
And probably the biggest
yeah.
fix, this is gonna be the hardest fix possibly as well. It'll be the cheapest fix, but the hardest fix.
We'd like to get your wife introduced into being able to help a little bit more. You know, I know that this is something that you guys started together and you guys really loved it, right?
Yes.
Now that it's a little bit bigger, she's a little scared of it.
Yeah, she's
But what
been
if we took a little
intimidated.
time and we taught her how to run the excavator?
Okay. Well, my hat's off to you guys if you could do it.
See, that's
honestly, you know, I've been wanting her to be a part since I've got this going, but she's intimidated to the size of the equipment.
Yeah.
It's the final day of fixes at Terry Lynn's claim.
Well, let's get it loaded up and get it up there.
You got her, bud?
Oh, yeah. Hold on, let me get my hand out of
Hurry.
there.
I got it.
Yep.
What do you think, bud?
Ready to go.
How's that sluice box doing on the back of the truck? Does it still look strapped down tight?
Yeah, it's still pretty tight. Looks good. Ready?
With just hours to go until the final test run, Juan's new funnel-shaped sluice heads for the Lynn's wash plant.
Okay, stop. Stop. Oh, wow. She looked really good.
Juan did a good job on it.
Yeah, he sure did.
Well, let's pick it up and set a new sluice box, Terry. Coming your way.
Oh, look at that.
Think of that, Terry.
Hey, fit in there just perfect, Freddie.
Oh, I like it. This one's going to be rigged up strictly for fine gold. It'll catch little nuggets, too.
Yes.
We're going to make it where it's in love with the fine gold. Before, you were divorcing the fine gold.
Okay.
Now we want to make this box fall in love with it.
Awesome.
As Freddy and Terry weld on the sluice, Juan has a double fix for the extra wet pay dirt clogging the hopper.
You can see all these marks right here. This is where Terry's been beating on the side of this hopper, trying to get all that material broke free. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have one mounted horizontally and one vertically. So that way we have two different motions going on. It's gonna increase his material through the plant, and at the end of the day, it's gonna increase his gold recovery. We've never done that before. Hopefully it works, because the truth is, this is his biggest bottleneck. Show you what we did.
Awesome.
During our initial test, we actually came down here and panned some of the material that was coming off the bowl.
Yep.
And there was still color in it. So what we did is we redirected all the material in water. It's not going through the bowl anymore. It's gonna strictly come through this sluice.
Set up strictly for fine gold.
No, that's pretty cool, guys.
Well, on the screen, Terry, it wasn't shaking quite hard enough,
That's right.
but we put that extra weight on that counterweight to scrub the material better. The more material we can get feeding through here, the more gold you're gonna have in your sluice box. Yep. But the biggest thing is out here on this feeder. Your material is just so gummy.
Yes.
So while Juan was cutting plates for the sluices, he cut mounting brackets for those vibrators.
The vibration probably won't solve 100% your problems with feeding, but it'll eliminate a lot of it.
That sounds really good to me, guys. You know, anything's better than what I was doing before.
There's one more piece to the puzzle, making this a true two-person operation.
As long as you did what you did over here the other day, you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Hopefully everything just runs good and right and smoothly. He needs help down there.
Well, it looks like Stephanie's ready, so let's fire up a water pump and fire up a plant, huh?
Sounds great to me, Freddie.
Fire it up, man.
Sounds good. All right.
First bucket, Stephanie!
Down, curl the bucket.
I'm so excited to see her in there and to operate and actually feeding the plant. I'm so happy.
Oh, that one didn't do very well. Okay.
Well, it's running a heck of a lot better than it was before, huh?
That it is, Freddie.
sluice is running really good. I'm more than happy with it. They said that bowl was spitting gold out before, and hopefully what it was spitting out, we're now catching. I know Juan has better eyes than I do, but I don't see anything in it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I don't see nothing there either. Not a piece missing there.
Are you
Freddy.
happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Look at that. I'm happy with that. It's dropping.
Proof's in the pudding here.
Yes.
Proof's in the pudding there.
Yep.
Let's hope you got enough gold here to make a whole lot of pudding. The vibration up top, that counterweight made a huge difference.
You can see it, the material that's coming off the end of it just clean. And we're running 3 times as much material now, too.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing we never saw before, Freddie. He never had a full belt. Look at that.
How many times have you had to use a hammer on that feeder today?
Not once.
That's right. How many times you hit it that first run?
I lost count after 5 minutes.
Yeah, I bet.
You know.
hit it 1,000 times.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes, I did.
No more blisters.
No
on your
more
fingers
blisters.
Today, huh?
No.
Stephanie's out here working with him. You know, honestly, I don't think he could be happier.
Nice.
There you go. Perfect. You're not so nervous anymore now, right?
Nope. Actually, I'm enjoying it.
Well, Juan, we're right at 3 hours. Let's call last bucket, huh?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Hey, Stephanie, that's 3 hours, last bucket.
Okay.
It ran better, huh?
Ran much better.
Well, good job.
Thank you.
Hey, you. How's it going?
Good.
My goodness, you're in the excavator.
I did it.
High five. Right on. I'm so proud of you. I never thought I would ever see her in an excavator. This was a great pivotal moment, you know, for her, but also for me as well, too. We could work the claim, you know, and be working towards retirement.
She got in there. She grabbed the bull by the horns. I'm hoping that now Terry and Stephanie can work together. She did great. How does it look, Freddie?
I see a couple little pieces in there, Juan.
Let's pull some carpets, huh?
No time like the present, huh?
Yeah, let's do her.
Wow, the test run went actually really well. For the first time, my whole plant ran efficiently the whole time. So I'm excited for the weigh-in. Here we go. Well, Freddie, I've got everything all dried up for you here. This is what we got.
Well, there's definitely more gold there than there was the first
A lot more
run.
fine gold, too.
It's your gold, dump it in there.
All right.
That way, if he spills it, it's his own fault.
It's on him.
Terry's first run produced 0.06 of an ounce, worth around $100.
Well,
Look at that.
0.20, over 3 times as much.
Awesome.
That's pretty good. Not a bad improvement.
That's
2-0.
awesome.
That works out to about 6.5 grams, so about 300% of an increase. So that, to me, is a huge success in itself.
Thistle. I hate thistle, Juan. There's the thistle, yeah.
I hear that works good as wiping paper if you don't have any toilet paper.
It's one of the best, along with poison ivy and stinging nettles.
Freddy and Juan trek through Montana, 50 miles northwest of Helena, in the Finn mining district. They've been called for what they believe will be a quick fix, en route to their next rescue.
Where did you meet these guys again?
I met Bryce and Heidi at one of the trade shows I went to last year, Fred. Bryce was telling me he cashed in his entire savings on this mine site. They bought them a few years back, and they've got all their equipment. I wasn't 100% sure how much time we'd have, Fred, but I told them if we were in the area, we'd stop by.
This got to be a quick fix, Juan.
Yeah, exactly, Freddie. I'm hoping at least.
One thing's for sure, they've produced a tremendous amount of placer gold out of Montana.
Gold was discovered in Montana in 1864 on the site of the future state capital. Over 100 years, Old-timers in this area pulled out 5,000 ounces of gold, worth today $9 million. But their primitive mining methods mean a bounty of gold should still be up for grabs. This is a gamble one family staked their future life on.
Freddy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Riker.
Riker.
I'm Heidi. No.
Nice to see you again, Heidi. How you doing, sir?
I'm Ted,
Nice to meet you.
AKA the GOAT.
I'm the goat in the old dirty goat mine. Really glad you guys made it up here.
Machine operator and welder Bryce Waits, his wife Heidi, mom Lori, and dad Ted, nicknamed Goat, have been mining at this site for 3 years.
So when I met you guys last year, you guys were talking about your operation up here. Are you planning on this being on a full-time gig instead of just a weekend
Absolutely.
thing?
But
What do you really think you need?
we're still in the throwing money phase for the most part. You know, when you get started, you don't realize all the stuff you need. My dad used to take me gold panning way back when I was a young tyke. Never really lost the passion. Finally, I found this placer property and came and checked it out, did some panning in the creek and showed gold and bit the bullet and bought the property.
Bryce and I met through a mutual friend, actually at a brew fest, so I knew it had to be good.
Both in their mid-30s, Bryce and Heidi aimed to leave their jobs and suburban home.
When he came to me and said, "Do you want to buy a gold mine?" I said, "Okay." Like, how could I say no to that?
Even with new equipment, the Waits mine is running at a loss, jeopardizing their big dream.
This property for us is really our salvation. We have everything that we could need here. Our goal is to have a cabin, and I want my kids to be kids as long as possible, and this place allows for that, for them to be in the dirt, you know, playing in the water, doing what kids should be doing. It's really our dream of trying to better ourselves, to make a good life for our kids, for us, for our family to all be together, and to be good stewards of the land.
I want my kids to see that hard work can get you anything that you want. This is the American dream. You know, if you want a good life, you have to get it yourself, build it yourself. But we've invested upwards of $250,000. It really has to pay back now.
We really need to hit at least 50 ounces this season. So far, we have not hit 10.
A lot of people doubted us when we're like, we're buying a gold mine. Oh, I can't believe it. And, you know, we'd love to prove them all wrong and say, well, we made a business. You know, we made a life out of this.
What's your gold look like here? You getting fine gold or coarse gold or?
Coarse gold.
All coarse? You got fines mixed in?
Well, there is fines, but not a lot of it.
Oh, that's pretty stuff.
Yeah.
That's all collected.
That's all you've got so far?
Yeah. There's like 10 ounces there.
It's beautiful gold.
The Waits have mined just 3.5 ounces each year so far, but need over 10 times that to go full-time.
I know the old timers mined out a small section of the property and they pulled out $2 million worth of gold. So the gold here should be pretty good in spots, but we've had pretty dismal runs.
It gets pretty gnarly up here sometimes, trying to get good gold.
Well, there's only one way to find out if we can help you or not, and that's watch you run.
Sure,
Okay.
absolutely.
Let's do it.
Heidi and Bryce's wash plant is an all-in-one hopper feeder and trommel. Bought online for $40,000 and modified using Bryce's welding skills.
Nice looking little plant.
Yeah, it is.
Show us around a little bit.
We bought the wash plant and drove down to Arizona to get it, but it had never been ran. So it was in good shape, but we had no idea how it would run. So Bryce had to do quite a bit of repairs and maintenance on it just to get it to be functional.
My son is a pretty good fabricator, so I'm hoping the plant is considered decent.
So yeah, this is the sluices with the new hydraulic riffle.
You built that sluice yourself, huh?
Yes.
That's not what it came with?
Nope, nope.
Since most of your gold's coarse, you're catching most of it in the top end, I assume, huh?
Yeah.
You put the screen in there, huh?
Yeah, welded the pre-screen on the inside because the rocks were beating the actual screen so much.
Oh, yeah.
So now you're doing a 2-day run, Saturday and Sunday, right? What are you pulling out of here for a 2-day run, roughly?
It depends because of the nuggets. You know, we've had as low as $5 a yard all the way up to $50 a yard. The last run we did, we were right at $10 a yard. Of the last 30 pans I've done up here, I haven't found one single speck of gold. If that tells you anything.
That shows you it's a real spotty deposit.
Well, this first run, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of step back. We're going to watch everything, just watch what you guys do, how you do things, watch the plant run, and we're not going to get involved at all. So
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Firing up! That's the hydraulic pump, get it warmed up.
Gregor, you want to jump in and show them how to do it?
Do what?
To run the excavator.
Really simple.
Oh, it's really actually simple. Okay.
Really simple.
Yeah, got a grub face.
All right, let's get some gold. First bucket coming in.
Well, you definitely got a beautiful place up here. You know, it's a gorgeous scenery, and it's got to be a great place for your kids to be up here as well.
It is a great place for them to meet, but it's like probably my least favorite thing when people say, oh, it must be nice to have, you know, a gold mine and property, because I mean, we work our asses off.
People don't know the extent of the work that goes into this.
Absolutely. I mean, everything takes time and energy, and you really got to be committed to it. Like, thank God Bryce and I are motivated, but it takes a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
Heidi and Bryce are wonderful human beings. They have invested a lot. If they had success, it would make this young man very proud.
one of his biggest problems is this hopper right here. Heidi and I were talking for a few minutes, and in that little quick conversation we had, he must have gotten out of the excavator 3 times to work on this.
And it's plugging even before he's getting up there to shovel it, right? So nothing's going up that belt. And then those Hungarians are a big problem.
Oh, hey! Shut it.
Got a rock stuck in it?
Oh, it stopped spinning. Might have just finally plugged up.
Right here, there's a rock on that tail wheel. It's got it pushed up into your hopper.
I run over and hit the shutoff on the hydraulic pump, otherwise we'd have tore a belt out or broke something. It's a good thing Bryce is paying attention.
But that's not the first time this has happened. We had to stop, that way we don't tear the belt or break something off that's crucial.
Replacing the custom feed belt would take weeks, leaving the weights without a working wash plant.
There's a lot of things to do on this little plant. It's never going to be a race car, but I tell you what, we can make it a hell of a lot faster.
That was it, last bucket.
Well, let's take a look at the sluice box.
Let's see if there's any gold in it. I hate to say it, but I'm blind, but I'm not seeing any gold in it.
No, sir. Typically it is tough to find it.
Right there.
Oh.
Seeing that nugget that far down there, Juan.
Yeah, it's not good, Fred.
It's not good.
Down here.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
That
there.
should have been up at the very top.
Especially one that size.
If a sluice box works correctly, bigger, heavier gold nuggets should settle at the very top, and lighter, finer gold near the bottom.
Well, you guys want to finish cleaning this up?
Sounds good.
And we'll meet you for the weigh-in.
Sounds great.
Yep, we'll weigh it up.
I think he's got multiple problems here, Fred. That nugget was fairly sizable. That should have been caught right on that first riffle.
Yeah, it's a 5-gram nugget.
And it worked its way down, what, 3 feet?
Yeah, it shouldn't be there. We can make their plant more efficient, but we can't put gold in the ground.
Yeah. Hopefully this isn't the one that beats us, Fred.
Yeah.
So is this the last of it?
This is the last of it.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see what we got.
I think they got something in here to show Freddy and Juan that they're going to be excited about.
In Montana's Lewis Mountains,
It's looking good. Lots of nice little chunks of gold in there. The nugget factor is real.
Yeah, but sometimes nuggets give you a false hope.
Miners Heidi and Bryce must pull in 1.5 ounces worth of gold a day to leave suburban life behind and realize their gold mining dream.
Gold fever is a real thing, and I 100% have it, because there's really nothing like pulling that nugget out of the pan, for sure.
I'd love to get out of the daily grind, you know, dealing with all the people that make your life a living hell. Come up here and just dig, and don't have to worry about nothing other than finding gold.
The gold that he brought out looks good.
It's beautiful. Well, let's weigh it up. There's that big nugget. What do you think it weighs?
8 grams.
You already weighed it?
No, it's not weighed.
It's a game we all play.
Yeah.
0.30. Yeah, it's 8 grams. 0.27. Yeah. Well, there's 1/4 of an ounce just in that one nugget.
That's pretty dang good.
That's pretty amazing.
Here we go. .62.
It's a good run.
Yeah.
That's a good run.
It's not
Dang
bad.
good run.
0.62 ounces for 4 hours of running is worth roughly $1,100.
Well, I think if we take the nugget out and weigh, that's more of an accurate representation of what we would average find. We really rely on the small gold, but when we find those nuggets, it really does make or break a run.
Without their rare nugget find, the weights have just 0.3 ounces, worth around $500.
Heidi and Bryce understand that the gold's going to be spotty in this valley. It's chunky gold, very few finds, so you can dig in one spot and probably get an ounce, and then very little gold from then on out until you hit another hot spot. But I want to teach them how to get on the right material so they know what to dig in the future after we leave. Miner Juan's worries we won't find one next time that big.
Yeah.
Because that's half your weight almost.
Yeah.
I mean, that nugget is awesome, but it's not always realistic.
Yeah.
Let us go back and talk amongst ourselves, try to come up with some ideas, and we'll present them to you guys.
Well, be easy on us. Be easy on us.
What do you think, Wano?
Well, I really think we need to focus on that hopper, Freddie.
I agree with you.
It's not unrealistic to say that just by fixing that, we'll increase his gold by 25%.
It's just plug-in solid.
So what do you think over here, Fred? I'm thinking maybe we could build a vibrator.
I like it.
I'd really like to put it on the back because that's where it's getting clogged up, be able to knock that material down.
So if we reinforce that, on this conveyor here's just puking material all the time underneath there. So if we come in there, we put a piece of slip rubber underneath it going forward so that material can't back out of there.
But here in the sluice box, he's got those hydraulic riffles.
Spread out too far for one. These holes we're plugging out. Just change the top, let's say 2 feet of these riffles, and then leave the other hydraulics, because he built those, he's proud of them.
Yeah.
I don't want to take that away from him.
No.
To stop the hopper clogging up, Freddy and Juan will attach a vibrator, adding chain binders connected to the grizzly belt. The combined kinetic energy will keep the pay dirt moving, allowing Bryce to run more material through the plant. To prevent rock jams in the feed conveyor, a custom-fit rubber strip will block off the gap between hopper and belt. Finally, they'll install brand new riffles to capture each rare nugget in the spotty pay dirt.
My worry, though, is half the weight of that whole cleanup was one nugget.
Well, that's scary, Freddie.
There's going to be a lot of gold left here. It's just going to be a bit harder for Bryce and Heidi to find it.
With just 48 hours before they must leave for their next rescue, Juan gets to work.
You know, it's kind of an awkward spot, but it's a good thing that I'm really small, so I fit in these tight spots. Right now, the hopper's not working properly. Every 3rd or 4th bucket, Bryce has to get in there and knock it all loose. We're gonna put a big vibrator on the back of this. When we put these bolts in for the vibrator, we got to make sure that we put a bunch of Loctite in there because it is vibrating, so it'll actually walk the bolts loose. One more bolt to tighten up and it's done. There it is.
Freddy and Juan have received an urgent call from Abu Creek in Canada's legendary Caribou Goldfields, where the multi-generational Adams family are struggling to realize their dream of a family homestead and mining operation.
These guys got a lot on the line. They're out here, they want to live off the land that they got and make like their own little homestead. Hey guys.
Hey. How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Juan, I'm Roger.
Roger, nice to meet you, Roger.
You too.
Matt?
Tristan.
Tristan?
Taylor.
Taylor, there's a lot of you guys. Holy smokes. Oh. How you doing? And what's your name?
I'm Kieran.
Kieran.
I'm the old man.
You're the old man? Nice to meet you,
Wayne.
old man. Wayne?
Wayne.
Nice to meet you, Wayne. What's the dog's name?
Sam.
Sam.
Samson.
Cute little guy. Well, the good news is I'm here. The bad news is Freddy's not here yet. His truck broke down. I'm hoping he'll be back here up in the next day, but I'm here at least, and we'll see what we can do for you guys.
Awesome.
So what happened to your arm, Kieran?
It's this plant that claimed it.
Oh,
So-
yeah? I thought it was Wayne.
Yeah.
Not Wayne, huh?
The trauma had a breakdown here, but as I got it running, I just about karate chopped my hand in half.
Ah. So how long have you guys been running here?
Really on this site last year and just a few days this year.
Last summer, we were probably here 2 months.
Really?
But we only ran about a full week.
Really?
We broke down and stuff. So it was more troubleshooting than running.
Okay.
In their first season last year, Roger and Matt came to mine alone.
So Matt started digging here, and I think we found some money.
This year, his other 3 sons and dad have joined them.
So you guys have been running for about 2 days this year?
Yeah, it's sort of 2 days. Really on the plant, only 2-3 hours is
Oh,
what we
really?
put in, that's it.
Have they been a good 2 hours, though?
No, I
Not
wouldn't say
great.
So. The last half hour was good.
Despite the extra hands, the family faced constant shutdowns this year.
We picked up this conveyor, so that's actually been a little bit of a fight for us, and I'm sure you guys will hate it as much as we do.
If the mine can't turn a profit in the remaining 12 weeks, the Adams clan will be forced to abandon their dream of mining and living off the land.
Have you guys seen any gold yet?
We have,
Really?
yeah, little bits.
These last years. I don't know how much is there. Maybe 10 ounces.
All fairly coarse, really. You got sunflower gold in there. So what got you guys into mining?
I grew up mining little bits with my grandfather and my dad, but never on a commercial type of a mine, always just hand panning and that kind of thing. Let's get this going.
Oh, great.
Hold the button. Well, hey, it all started. That's the best part.
Let's do it.
Matt loads pay into the 15-yard feeder.
The first bucket.
The 60-foot conveyor provides an even flow of dirt up to the hopper, where a series of spray bars pre-wash the material before it's sent into a 20-foot by 4-foot trommel, and then into 22-foot sluice runs that should trap the gold.
Are you nervous that Freddy's not here? Are we gonna get gold, or are we gonna lose all our money and have to live in the bush?
Under the gun and solo, Juan has just 4 hours to assess holes in their operation and recommend fixes.
Already I spotted a few things. It feels we're running too much material through that box. But if Freddy doesn't get here, I'm gonna be limited to what I can do. You know, I can fabricate, I can weld, I can fix anything. But when it comes down to really kind of reading the wash plant, you know, that's where Freddy really shines. I just want him to run. We'll watch it, observe, and then figure it out, and we'll go from there.
What's behind you?
Look at this little guy. Hey! How you doing, buddy?
Sorry I'm late, man.
No worries, good to see you.
You too. Well, I'd have liked to have got here before the plant fired up, but I'm here. So let's watch it run and see how we can help these guys.
Roger, Freddy made it.
How's it going, Freddy?
I thought you might be later.
I wanted to show you a couple things up on the food box itself.
Huge difference. Yeah. You're right. This side's bulked over and that side's starving. I think they probably ought to slow down.
70% of the material rushes down one side of the sluice. With those riffles already packed, they're losing gold off the end.
The way this material's speeding, you need to slow this down. We usually watch the run and don't say anything, but it sounds like you guys need every bit of gold you can get your hands on.
Our sluice box was packing up a little bit, so we've slowed it down significantly.
They had an electric motor, they took it off, put a gas motor, because originally they were going to run a generator. But the kid, one of the brothers, just broke his arm starting the motor up.
It looks like he's got a lot to say. Our chutes, they're just pouring water everywhere, but the trommel seems to be running okay.
What happened?
No way.
Motor just died on us.
Turn the plant off. Stop it. The motor quit?
With the motor dead, the plant needs to cut off immediately, or the trommel will clog with material.
Shut her down.
Why don't you blow from the top end?
Here, do it again. You gotta somehow block your face off on there, so it can't, no air can pass your cheeks.
Yeah, I know, it's impossible on this stupid thing.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Ready? Yeah.
Don't break your arm. Never seen such old equipment?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, way older.
My dad is probably the ultimate optimist, just blocking out the negatives. I would say I'm nervous about it. You know, I quit my job out in the city and, you know, this is kind of a last resort for me right now. You know, my wife's still back home working and we don't like to be away from each other at all. But once we can bring some gold in, we can, you know, start a home out here.
I don't like the look of that. They probably got maybe 12 tons, 15 tons of dirt just right here.
Looks like they're getting ready to move that thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a screwy situation we have because your generator's on that side.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually push it with the excavator. A little nervous about it, Freddie. Keep me on that skid.
Yep, we'll have to go side to side.
As the most experienced operator, Juan takes on the risky job of moving the feeder.
You guys ready?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Everybody clear? Clear? Okay, you're my eyes there, Taylor. Yep. Okay, coming at you.
Yep.
You know, we're kind of in a tight spot here right now.
Are we sliding that way, though?
Yep.
Hang on. Other side, 1-0.
This is definitely not the ideal situation right now. He's got the electrical control panel and the hydraulic pack right on the back here, so if I slip, I can take out the control panel and then we're completely screwed.
Talk to me.
Yep, keep her going. Looks good.
Keep going more?
Yep.
Yeah, he's about to slip off, though. 1-0. Back there still.
Okay.
A delicate move with a 100-ton machine. The feeder must butt right up to the end of the conveyor.
Going this other side now, or?
Yeah.
So that the pay lands directly on the belt.
Slow, yeah.
Go!
We only got about 2.5 inches.
Coming at you.
Yep.
Go!
That's it.
Well, shoot, guys. I'm pleased with it so far.
Me too. One step closer to production.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler.
It's great.
Got lucky on that one. First time in our career we've done that without breaking it. Well,
let's do the test tomorrow.
Let's do it. Hey guys.
How's it going? Who's feeding the plant?
That is.
Make sure there's gold in the buckets.
If there's no gold, we're gonna blame you, okay? Well, let's start the test, huh?
Let's do it.
Yeah, fire it up.
Yes, sir.
All right.
In just 4 hours,
Oh, it's running.
the Adams family will know if Freddy and Juan's fixes have done enough to keep their homestead mining dream alive.
Well, first bucket on the second test, Juan.
Yeah. You know, Fred, we did a lot to this plant. I'm hoping it all runs right.
Well, we got the conveyor moved, the feeder moved, we got a rock plow on there. We
Got a
the
wiper
broom,
up front.
Wiper, rebuilt that bearing assembly up top that blew up. That was a real pain in the butt.
And then we got your V-chute put in, so we should have a good even feed on both sides of the sluice now.
On the first test, Freddy and Juan had to slow the plant down because the uneven sluice was sending so much material off the end of the run.
That's even, good. Good job. We can almost go up a little more, Fred. Feel that. We can go up more. Go up to 8. Go, hey, go to 9.
Faster conveyor speed means more yards through the plant.
Ready, just widen it up. I like the sound of that. Needs more gold in the box. I love gold mining because it feels like you're just pulling dollar bills out of the ground with your bare hands.
That's working damn good up there, Freddy.
What's falling off?
You can see it dropping off right there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
As part of the Freddy and Juan conveyor masterclass, they moved it closer,
I'm gonna go look at this rock plow too.
and they protected its tail pulley from getting choked
Perfect. That's running good.
to ensure that this time the plant runs for the full 4 hours.
That wiper, that broom assembly you built, it's a great idea.
6 screws, $10 broom. Done. That's 4 hours.
That's pretty close to time now, eh?
Yeah, this will be the last bucket. Let that feeder run out.
I'm proud of what we did here. Before we did a 2-hour run, and we couldn't run anymore.
Yep.
Now we ran a full 4 hours,
Smooth.
flawlessly.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how that sluice box looks, Freddy.
Here's some nice, oh yeah, there's some good chunks in there. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good, guys.
Well, we'll see.
Whoa, look right here. This looks like it's like 5 times as much as last time.
You know, seeing gold on top, it looks great, but that's really never an indicator, so we'll see once we clean it up.
5 hours later, the family has cleaned the gold from the test run.
Well, let's weigh it up, Freddy.
Well, guys.
Moment of truth, huh?
Yep. Here it goes.
Yeah, I don't think there's 2 ounces there. Yeah, it doesn't look quite as good as I thought it would be after looking in the sluice box.
There's 0.7.
To hit the 15 ounces a week the Adams family need, this 4-hour test must deliver at least 1.25 ounces.
Well, guys, 1.93.
Hey, that's
almost
better.
2 ounces.
That's better.
That's damn good.
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
So your first run, you ran 2 hours. So if you'd have ran 4 hours, you'd have had 1.14.
Yeah.
Yep.
1.14. So this 4 hours, we got 1.93. So that's, 100% increase on the gold side.
Yeah.
And 100% increase on the run side.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That's awesome. That's
awesome.
a huge improvement. That's huge.
Nearly 4 times the amount of gold from their first test.
You guys need to be about 2.5 ounces a day, right? So now we've nearly got 2 ounces
Yep.
in a 4-hour run.
Yeah. So 8 hours is
Call
4
it
ounces.
Call it 4 ounces in an
great.
8-hour run.
No kidding. Good to me.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, heck yeah. I'm pretty proud of that.
So are we.
Worth over $40,000 a week. With 12 weeks of the season left, the family could earn more than $500,000.
That is huge for us. You know, my wife doesn't like me being away from home and getting no gold, so maybe one day she'll be able to come out here with me.
There's no question you improved the plant for us, and it's more efficient now, and we're able to run right on the edge of too much, you know, we're pushing it, and that's great.
Well, that'll go a long way to kind of get your homestead going, right?
There'll be chickens galore out here when we come back, yeah. Well, guys, you know, we hate to go. You guys are phenomenal to work with.
Yeah, great family.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed ourselves out here for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to miss you guys too.
That's the sweetest thing I've heard Wayne say.
That's the only thing I've heard him say. It's going from a bigger road to a two-track road here, Wano.
Yeah. This is barely an ATV trail.
Getting steep here, Juan, and tighter through the trees.
Freddy and Juan snake their way 3,000 feet up into the muddy mountains of Denali in central Alaska. En route to 3 generations of gold miners fighting to save the family mine.
Man, I don't know, Freddie. I'm almost thinking maybe what we do is park my truck down below and just take your truck up for now.
Yeah. I hate leaving your truck there, but let's do a scouting mission. Just in case I didn't say good morning.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Really sweet of you. Such a sweet guy, Fred.
Thanks. Oh.
So what do we know about these guys, Freddie?
Well, the son got a hold of me. He'd sure like our help here. I talked to him a few years ago, but it was his dream to go gold mining with his family. From what I know right now, it's his grandfather, his dad, and him.
Wow, so 3 generations out here mining.
Gold seekers first flocked to the rugged region of Denali in 1903, hiking up huge mountains on foot in search of gold. Since then, $180 million worth has been pulled from the landscape. But for those brave enough to beat the brutal weather, isolated location, and short season, there could still be huge rewards.
Well, I'm hoping this is them.
Gotta be them. It's the only place out here, Freddie.
How's it going, guys?
How's it going?
Hey, doing all right?
Better now that you're here.
We'll see about that.
Guys,
Freddie.
Paul.
Paul?
That's my dad, Beetle.
Pleasure to meet you, Beetle. Freddie.
You too, Freddie.
People call you Beetle.
Been Beetle since I was a little kid.
You couldn't find a much more beautiful spot. Couldn't find much more screwed up road, and I can see if it.
Road's a little rough. Yeah.
Yeah, we've met before years ago.
Yeah. We all looked a little younger.
That's right. That's right.
This may be the first time you're seeing our next big gold rush miner here.
I always loved watching Gold Rush, and I seen the super fans thing for the dirt, and I got to do an interview with Freddie Dodge.
I have one for Freddie. What made him help Rick?
Rick's a friend of mine. I always try to help friends out when I can.
Now, 16-year-old PJ's dream is to become a real gold miner with his dad, Paul, and grandfather, Beetle.
I've been mining out here since I was 10, and it was right over there where I dug my first hole in an excavator.
I put a seat belt on, turned the throttle down, made sure he was in a spot where he couldn't do anything and move, shut the door, and let him play with it for hours. I just love playing out here in the dirt.
For most of the year, PJ lives 3,000 miles away in Virginia.
My heart is in Alaska. It's where the gold is, and with my family, my dad and my grandpa. And he just wanted to make enough money that us 3 generations can work together would be a big dream of mine.
To have the 3 of us together is absolutely priceless.
You got some of your gold that we can see?
I got a little bit we ran yesterday.
Looks like pretty pure gold, actually, with some bigger flakes in it.
Well, you got some nuggets?
Here's the nuggets I've been saving over the years.
There you go. How long have you guys been mining out here?
5 years. It started out as a hobby and full-time now.
It felt like that the first few years it was really slow because we never got to wash rocks, really.
Okay.
In the 5 years Paul has been mining here, the family has sunk nearly $200,000 into the operation. Last year returned only $36,000 in gold.
What's your goal for this year?
We need to get 100 ounces this season. I got 7 weeks left until winter, but I just started washing a couple of weeks ago.
Going to be quite a challenge here.
Only 5 ounces mined this season. The Nybergs need another 95 to keep the family dream alive before winter shuts them down.
Weather is our biggest time constraint.
It's a bit of a battle against the clock and the elements. The overburden's either frozen or mud. It takes so long to strip it. The season usually ends up being weeks long for me.
This remote area of Alaska sees an average 84 inches of snowfall each winter, some of the highest in the U.S. Once the snow is gone, Paul spends 2 months stripping, but snow is replaced by rain, making conditions treacherous.
It's tough, it's stressful. It's not without a lot of hard work and blood, sweat, and tears. I gotta pay off what I've spent the last 2 months. Missed wages at work. Price of fuel is ridiculous this year.
Well, let's take advantage of the good weather and let's get to work.
Forecast isn't very good, so.
If it starts raining like it's supposed to,
Just give it a minute.
let's run a plant.
Let's go.
Here's your trommel, huh?
Here she is.
The dude.
The dude.
The dude. Named after great-grandpa. His grandpa, his great-great-grandpa.
Well, let's fire it up, guys.
Wash some rocks.
Make some gold.
Paul pushes up pay dirt towards the plant in the dozer, where PJ scoops it up and loads it into the hopper. The pay washes through the trommel and down into the sluice box, laid out with Hungarian riffles. Then, Grandpa Beetle clears the tailings.
It's kind of awesome, you know, to see a grandfather, son, and grandson all working together. And, you know, they're working great together. I'm just hoping that Freddie and I are able to help these guys out because, you know, from the sounds of it, they're banking this whole summer on this project.
We have moved so much overburden to get down to this good pay. And only 8 weeks ago, there was snow where I'm sitting right now. There was snow right here.
Well, what do you think, Juan? Let's go look at the sluice.
He has nothing there for fine gold recovery at all.
Well, we'll take a pan of the tailings here, see if there's any gold in it. Well, moment of truth, Wano. Couple there's some fine pieces in there, some fine gold.
Right there.
Yeah.
Gold we found was really, really fine, minute gold, but it adds up.
As even more rain hits the Denali Mountains.
How's it going, guys? Moment of truth. Time to see how much gold we got on that first 4-hour run.
Yeah.
The results from the Nyberg's test run are in.
Well, let's see your gold. You got it all dried up?
Yeah.
Here we go. There's a 1/4 ounce. 0.45, 0.48, 0.49. Exactly a 1/2 ounce, 0.50.
I think we need a lot more than that.
Yeah, I was expecting a little more than that, too.
0.5 ounces over 4 hours is worth less than $900. At this rate, the Nybergs will manage barely half of their 100-ounce season goal before winter hits.
It's a lot of work for just 1/2 ounce.
It is.
It's a drop in the bucket for what I've got out so far this year in fuel and everything else.
There's room for improvement, I'm sure. We're going to be a little limited on the time it takes us to get in here. And if it keeps raining like this,
As far as the repairs of the plant, we want to redo that hopper, put some real grizzlies on it, make it a little wider and a little longer.
Well, we've seen all that fine gold in your cleanup, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're completely set up for coarse gold. So what we'd like to do is actually set up part of that sluice box strictly for fine gold.
And we watched you guys pull those carpets. Your lockdown system is a pain in the hiney, it looks
is.
like.
It's
right?
just what it came with, and that was...
So we were thinking of completely redoing that all the way down.
That's a heck of a deal.
Freddy and Juan have identified 2 key plant fixes. The hopper is too small, causing liquid pay dirt to spill off the sides. Juan will fabricate a new, larger hopper to increase yardage. Paul's sluice box is set up for coarse gold, allowing fine gold to wash off the end. Freddy and Juan will install expanded metal, custom carpets, and riffles to ensure they catch both the coarse and fine gold. But the more complicated fix, finding high-yield ground worth the fuel it costs to strip and run.
Yeah, you got a lot of iron running for half an ounce.
Yep, exactly. Hopefully there's better gold. We'll try to find it.
Perfect.
Now for the money part of it, we were thinking in the area, the material we're gonna need is gonna be around $3,500.
And that's going to be for the material for the new hopper, the new riffles, everything else.
Like 2 years ago, it would have been
half that, yeah.
Costs are just high as the world knows right now.
Yeah.
So
as far as our labor goes, what we'd like to see at the end of the season is 1.5 ounces a piece.
3 ounces, yeah.
And then we can wait till the end of the season.
That would really help. Deal.
Well, let's do it then.
Deal.
Sounds good?
Deal, sir.
Thank you.
Sounds good?
Thank you, Juan.
Deal. No problem.
Thank you, Juan.
Sounds good? Let's do it.
Hopefully figure out a way to stop the rain.
Yeah. That's probably the most important thing.
Yeah. Yeah, find where that valve is.
Shut that thing down.
Winter's coming, you know. We got a lot of dirt to move in a short amount of time, and hopefully they can help us get it through there 20% faster and with better recovery. In the end, it'll be worth it.
We don't have a whole lot of time, so let's get down there and start getting all this cut out.
In the cut trailer, Juan designs the new large capacity hopper.
Your hopper is just completely too small for what you're doing. So what we want to do is we're going to actually make it a little wider and a little longer. So it's got to be exciting for you to be able to be out here for the summer to help your dad, huh? Grow up this way, and, you know, out in the bush, working on heavy equipment, learning how to mine and how to run equipment.
It was awesome as a 11-year-old to be an excavator.
Yeah, yeah.
Moving mountains.
There it is. We got it all lined up. It's pretty much ready to go.
Cool.
We can go ahead and start cutting.
What actually is plasma cutting?
It's got these electrodes in there and it actually creates a plasma gas with the electricity and the air, and that's what it's actually using. It's forcing that through the steel. That arc is what's actually cutting.
What can't that cut through?
Anything that doesn't conduct electricity. So if it doesn't conduct electricity, you won't cut it.
Okay.
So you can cut aluminum, you can cut copper, anything that conducts electricity.
You know, PJ really reminds me of me when I was his age. You know, that's all I wanted to do was work with my dad. I'm just hoping that with what Freddy and I do here, we can help him realize his goal of being a full-time miner.
Better hurry up before it starts raining again.
Up at the mine, Freddy, Paul, and Beetle start work on the sluices. First, Freddy replaces Paul's clunky lockdown system with simple wooden wedges.
Eyeballs! Try to haul ass on it, take advantage of this 15 minutes of no rain here. That ought to be about perfect right there. We're gonna put silicone on this ramp.
Freddy uses silicone to increase flexibility in the steel and prevent cracks forming in the sluice.
Silicone will outlast the steel 20 to 1.
Huh, learn something new every day.
Yeah. What do you think, guys? Let's throw some carpets in here. We'll just shingle it up.
2-footer?
Yes, sir. We want that fine riffle to just be on this shorter carpet. I think that being small like it is, when you get these big loops under it, it's creating a finer vortex to catch that finer gold. Perfect. Looks like a whole different sluice box
Yeah,
up
it does.
there, huh?
Way different.
Well, let's pick up all the tools and head down the mountain before the rain comes in on us.
After days of heavy rain, the Nyberg mine site takes another hit.
Middle of August here, early middle of August, we got snow today. Yeah, just gonna add that much more work to everything we already got going on.
Down at base camp,
They call it termination dust when you get the first snow up high. It could be shortening our season.
with just 2 days left on the build,
Give me a longer one of these.
How long?
Okay, perfect.
Where would you like it?
Right here.
Juan and PJ start to assemble the new large capacity hopper.
Want to lift that up?
Hey, Paul, you want to run up with me and we'll cut that hopper off?
Yeah,
If I
let's
can
go.
make it up there.
Yeah.
You got a little mud going on here.
Yeah. Saving it for a rainy day.
To get Juan's new hopper in place today, Freddy must remove the old, smaller hopper. But first, he must tackle a 7-mile drive up the mountain.
I don't know how much rain and snow we got last night, but I'm guessing probably an
In northern British Columbia, on the Paradis Brothers remote mountain mine, Freddy and Juan examine the result of the short 2-hour run.
Well, first impressions?
From watching it run, the good news is we do have a few ideas already, so.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Every little bit helps.
Yep. That's the goal, is catch as much gold as you can.
Yep.
Every piece that gets away is a piece that's not in your bank.
That's correct. Yeah.
Hey guys,
What do you think?
Well, gotta dry it up.
Let's see where we're at.
To hit their daily goal of 2 ounces, this 2-hour run needs to deliver 0.4 of an ounce.
Close my eyes.
0.20.
it's a little lean.
It's a little horrible.
Yeah.
I'm pretty discouraged. Put a lot of effort into getting that out and not getting a return. It's pretty disheartening.
If gold was everywhere, it wouldn't be worth anything. So
Unfortunately, that's not near what we need.
We actually went down and panned some of the tailings coming off your sluice, and we did find some gold.
yeah, small stuff, but you're always going to be losing some gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the less you lose, the more money's in your pocket.
Exactly, yeah. Need something to help fund our future here, so.
There
Yeah.
you go.
That particular cleanup right there isn't viable for you guys, you know, the equipment, even though it's just 2 of you.
It's really not going to cut it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even enough to cover the diesel that we ran in the generator to process it, so, you know, things need to change.
If Freddy and Juan can't help, we can't continue on mining where we are like that. We'll have to sell or move on and do something else.
With the Paradis claim more than half a day away from the nearest parts store, Freddy and Juan put their backwoods mining ingenuity to the test.
They got a little bit of a scavenger pile here, some pipe, some hose.
There's more stuff over here, Fred. Let's take a look at this. There you go, boss man.
Oh, go ahead.
You know me, I like shopping, Fred.
Are you shopping? There's all kinds of neat stuff in here.
All kinds of goodies, Freddy.
It isn't what we want, but it's what we got.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's how mining is sometimes.
Yep.
You don't realize how far you are until you get out into a place like this where, you know, really, if I got to go to the hardware store, it's going to be a 12-hour round trip. And that's just not feasible. We don't have the time to do that, so we're going to use as much of the material that they have here on site.
Useful salvage material identified. The next step is a plan.
What do you think, Juan?
Well, I'm really thinking we need to focus on that sluice box, Fred.
So what do you think? Modify those top Hungarian riffles for sure. They're spaced too narrow. You felt them.
Yeah, I think so. You know, if we can get in there and actually space them a little wider.
Exactly.
That little spray bar they have is not even hitting the material on the side.
Well, it's spraying just like you said, Juan, straight down.
If your stream is not hitting the material, it's not washing it.
Washed. Yeah.
But if we don't get them on gold, it does nothing for them.
We got to find them some more pay.
The big thing that we're thinking of doing is actually reconfiguring your sluice box, that top one.
Yeah.
And you guys got it set up pretty good right now, but we're going to reconfigure your nugget riffles to actually make them have different spacing.
Right now, everything's the same all the way down.
No changes.
Every piece of gold, it's the same environment all the way down. We want to change that up, and by changing the riffle styles, it'll change the velocities as well. You've got all the material that's really needed here, except the undercarpets, and we've got some of that carpet with us.
You know, there's a lot to be repurposed out here. And really, you know, the amount of material that we need, we talked about it, it's probably about $200 in material. It's not much, because you have most everything we need.
Yeah. $200-300 in material is all it'll be.
But on top of that, you know, Freddie and I talked about it. If we don't have any decent pay to go through this plant, then it means nothing.
Yep.
So
I can come in and I'm all fresh. I've never seen it before, so everything's new to me.
Yeah.
On this
That's
property.
one thing that we've often talked about, though. You first set eyes out here.
So an ounce a piece at the end of the season, and roughly $300 in material.
No. Well, that sounds like a good plan to us. So.
Okay.
Let's do it.
After a week of making major upgrades to the wash plant and a 3-day prospect for better ground, Freddy and Juan will run a 2-hour test.
All right, we got water headed north up the hill.
Copy.
Hey, Les, I got water at the plant.
We're pretty excited about it. We're going to go ahead and get the equipment fired up, and we're going to start running the plant. We're going to get some gold in the box.
Hey, Les, first bucket's going in.
First bucket, Fred.
Start timing it.
Nice.
Keith and Les Parody need this test to deliver over 0.4 of an ounce to keep them on track for their 2-ounce-a-day target.
Well, this new spray bar seems to be doing the trick, Les.
Look at that. Perfectly clean.
That's clean.
That's clean.
Yeah, you can eat off of it, Juan.
It's perfect. Can't beat that.
Oh, you got more water now.
Do we?
Since you put that spray bar in the back.
Oh, okay.
You probably have 10% more water going through than you had before.
That's good. He's running it. His new spray bars are working good. It's washing it out nice and even, he said, so.
The bottom ripples are working good.
Yep.
The plant, it's running great. So as long as there's gold in the ground, I guarantee you that this cleanup's going to be better than the last one.
Well, there's 0.20 right there, guys, in there, and we got a lot left in the pan. .55.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
Over 100%, guys.
That's a huge improvement.
Huge improvement.
I wish I could see into the ground.
Half a mile from the wash plant.
So up here's where the ditches are?
Yeah, you can really see the ditches from here.
Detective Dodge hunts for a gully where gold may be concentrated.
You said there's like 7 miles of ditches on the property, huh?
7 miles of hand-dug ditch is what we've been
Holy
told.
cow. Can you imagine digging through this, these big rocks and stuff with a shovel?
When old-timers didn't have the water needed to mine gold, they dug ditches, sometimes many miles in length, to direct water to where it was needed.
Well, the ditches are kind of like an indicator for you then up here. So yeah, that's a good clue that the old timers found the gold. They weren't going to ditch it to where the gold wasn't.
Definitely.
So follow their ditches. Well, get the drone up, huh?
Yeah, we'll send her up.
If I wreck it, it'll be the 3rd drone I've crashed.
Following clues left by the old-timers, Freddy hopes a bird's-eye view of the landscape will identify the channel they were chasing.
There we go. So this is the channel across here?
Right there's a channel running straight across.
Okay. And that's this channel right here then?
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know this valley was here. If a glacier it came through here and reconcentrated that material, it might be something really good to look at. You can see a big glacier was in here.
Yeah.
That might be something cool. There is a distinctive channel all the way across this hill that leads up to a valley over here. When the ice was in here, probably had it dammed up on both sides, looking at it on that drone, and water would have came across this hill and maybe reconcentrated some of this loose material up here. Kind of nature's sluice box up on top of the hill.
Freddy's theory? A glacier laden with nuggets, snatched from veins in the mountain, forced its way down the valley. A second glacier collided with the first, slowing down and eventually melting. The meltwater reconcentrated the gold-bearing material into an ancient channel, which should be a gold-rich pastry. Half a mile from where the Paradis brothers are mining.
Nice.
Still in one piece. Well, I've got one idea. I'll talk to Juan about it and see what he says, and maybe we'll have a look at it. Well, we only have a limited amount of time here.
Looking around with Freddy and having a look at this channel and seeing him get excited is exciting for me, right? And you know, brings the confidence up a little bit that it might be a really good spot to go prospecting.
Get back in here and see what goes on.
Only a day before the final test run.
I'll continue prospecting if you want to keep.
Yeah, I'll keep on working on that plant. Yeah.
Spray bars and all that stuff.
We got to help them with their gold recovery, but unless they have gold to recover, that means nothing.
Well, I know there's gold here. It's just a matter of finding where it's got reconcentrated.
Yeah, yeah.
We can get the traco.
Yeah.
Get in there and punch some holes. If we can find some color, I'll be happy.
Let's get in there and see what we can't do.
I'll work my way in there and move some trees out of the way a little bit.
Freddy's narrowed down the hunt for a new pay streak to an area half a mile up the mountain from where the brothers are currently mining.
I like this spot right here. Let's do it. Let's see what lives here.
Okay.
Well, we'll just punch a hole here. You know, it's a good looking spot. We've got a hill here. It's a lower area here, so if water did run through here at one time to reconcentrate material, this is a nice looking spot for it. It's definitely got potential. Whether or not it's got gold or not, we won't know for a bit.
Freddy looks for rounded river rocks. If the water ran through here, it would have concentrated the gold into a gold-rich pay streak.
It's not good. This is all just glacial sand right here. I mean, there's probably a little bit of gold in it, but not very much. down about, what, 5-6 feet. Starting to get into more gravelly stuff. Starting to get into some bigger rocks, huh?
Yeah, that one was pretty well rounded.
That bucka's looking better, huh?
Probably getting close here. That looks like bedrock down there, maybe.
Swing her over to the side here, would you, Les? Have a look at some of it. I like this. Yeah, it looks like a decomposed bedrock there, Les. I'm gonna grab some of this material in the bucket. We can go pan it. Let's see if there's any color in it. Let's go right here, huh?
Moment of truth.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. There's some heavies in it. That's a good sign. So we got 13, 15 colors. So that's better than a swift kick in the bud.
Something, right?
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
It's 30 mesh gold. It's very catchable though, that size. Well, that's a good sign if nothing. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, me as well.
Anytime you find gold.
Oh, that's right.
Found some. Let's do another pan.
Feels great. Check her out.
The proof's in the pudding, right? There was gold in every pan. They're gone better gold. We can run a second test here. They've got a lot of material to run in the future.
The hole we're digging, could potentially be the future of the mine. We found some color in there. It's pretty exciting.
Hi.
How's it going, guys?
Good, how you doing?
Doing all right.
I'm Kevin.
Freddy.
Nice to meet you.
Ready?
Kevin. Nice to meet you,
Rich.
Juan.
Rich.
Glad to meet you, Rich.
Yep.
Thank you for coming.
They mined a lot of gold out of these valleys.
It's definitely gold country.
Oh,
Definitely, yeah.
This land was for sale, and I called Kevin up. We knew there was gold up here with the history, and we found gold on it right off the bat. So we thought this would be a good place.
What made me want to be a gold miner was my quest for adventure. Spend a week here, a week there, gold mining. And now it's turned into something a bit more than that.
Now, both in their 60s, brothers Rich and Kevin Dietz quit the daily grind in pursuit of gold.
I was in a rock and roll band until I was about 23. Then 25 years in the insurance field, started in sales and moved my way up to eventually a vice president.
For the last 20 years, I've been doing background investigations on people looking for jobs, but I had a dream of doing this.
The brothers were brought up by their mom in Casper, Wyoming.
It was hard for her. She had 3 jobs, and she wasn't around very much. I'm the oldest, then my brother Randy, and then Kevin, and then Kyle.
I became the young son who got picked on. Consequently, I left home when I was 14, and literally until 4 years ago that acquaintance may be a better word than brothers, and we reconnected through gold. We're really glad you're here because we need help.
How much gold you produced last year?
We produced 5 ounces and we moved about 500 yards of dirt. This year we moved about 700 yards of dirt and we've got about 3 ounces. So we went back the way.
It's going the wrong direction.
What are you guys looking at for amounts of gold you need to keep mining in here?
We need about 1 ounce a day.
What's the most you've ever done in a day?
Half ounce?
Yeah, maybe.
So you're not making money is what you're saying?
No, we're not even close. We're in big trouble.
Hey, Rich.
Yes, sir.
I'll let this be your call, but I think we ought to shut the plant down. Juan just panned one out of this material here. Found one tiny, tiny speck. Right now, we're just burning fuel.
Right. And there's no point in doing it.
Okay, well, let's shut it down.
Guys, we gotta shut it down.
Freddy's timer at just 40 minutes, the first test ends.
This might be the shortest run of our history.
We're not finding hardly any gold in it at all, where it's mainly just dirt. And dirt's for growing potatoes, not for gold.
With the time we have, I think a big part of what we need to do here is help them get on some better ground.
I agree with you, because it doesn't matter how tuned up we get the sluice box if there's no gold in the dirt.
It's kind of a tough one, Freddie.
Well, what do you think if we can possibly fix that traco?
We definitely need that traco running. We'll be able to go up and prospect.
We can't do anything without it.
There's a few things that we can do on the plant.
Well, we got that sander, right?
Yeah.
It's got a steel plate, yeah, with chain links on the side. They said it's broke, so it's made to just move sand, and they're putting rocks in it.
Yeah, those rocks are getting caught in that chain, breaking it.
Binding up and popping it up. And then the sluice, the water's going to one side, and the material's going to the other side.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah. I think what we do here is just put some plates in underneath at an angle and force it to the center, and you know what's gonna happen when it comes out of the center. It's gonna spread
evenly.
properly,
Yep.
right?
The structure of the box is good, but everything else is gonna have to be replaced. All new riffles, hold downs, carpets, under carpets, everything.
Everything in it.
It'll be a complete box.
2,600 total to do it all, just in material.
What do you think about labor for us?
Ounce of gold a piece. So 2,600.
Plus 2 ounces of gold.
Yeah.
I know Kevin's really nervous about the cost of all of this, but that's what we need.
Freddy and Juan identify 3 key problems with the operation. First, the drive chain on the feeder's conveyor is broken. Repairing it will ensure a consistent feed of pay and increase the yardage run by 30%. Second, uneven distribution of water and material causes the sluice to clog up. Juan and Freddy will upgrade the carpet and riffles in the sluice box and attach metal plates to force the flow of material to the middle, creating an even spread. Third, and most importantly, if they can't repair the excavator and find more gold on the site, all these fixes will mean nothing.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Freddy and Juan spent the last 5 days overhauling the Dietz brothers' operation.
So I say we run 80 minutes, which is twice what we ran last time, so the math will be easy, and we'll see how much gold's in it. Let's fire it up.
Let's go.
See what we got.
Good.
Firing it up.
Before the hopper feeder was out of action, Juan fixed the drive chain to allow more pay through the plant. Material built up on one side of the sluice, blocking the riffles. Juan installed a chute that distributes material across the full width of the box, alongside Freddy's rebuilt sluices with new riffles and custom carpets. But the new pay Freddy prospected could be the key to keeping the brothers' mining dream and their friendship alive.
Hey, we're good. We're good.
Cleanup from the second test complete. It's the moment of truth for the Dietz brothers.
Gentlemen.
How's it going?
Good, good.
Looking.
Good, good.
Got her dried up?
I do.
I'd like to see it. Pour her, Wano.
The first test delivered 0.06 ounces from 40 minutes.
Because we ran twice as long. Let's go 0.12.
If Freddy and Juan's improvements work, this second test of 80 minutes should deliver more than 0.12 of an ounce.
Look how much is left in the
So
jar.
reality is that's what your increase is.
Wow. Awesome.
Pour it out, Wano. .44. Right there's $900 worth of gold.
Dude.
Wow.
Hey.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Cool.
That's 2 ounces, 100 yards.
For the amount of time that was ran, this is a 350 to 400% increase in gold.
And it's amazing. Look at all that fine gold that's in there now.
Yeah, it wasn't there before.
We didn't have that before.
I couldn't be more pleased, guys.
What do you think, bro?
I don't know what to think. I'm speechless. I mean, this is huge.
I'm totally grateful to them. I can't explain what it means. When there's still hope, then your attitude goes up, your enthusiasm goes up, and your will to do it goes up.
And your morale of the team goes up.
Totally. And you guys changed that.
Today was just totally amazing. The sluice blocks worked perfect.
I was able to get it all taken apart, and I got these links put back together. That chain, that's what brings the material forward. These paddles are welded onto the links, and what happened was this side must have gotten caught up, and it broke the links. Rich had a little section of chain left over, so I would pull a few links off of it and repair it, welded this crossbar back onto the link. Pretty much ready to go.
How's it going, guys?
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Freddy and Juan spent the last 5 days overhauling the Dietz brothers' operation.
So I say we run 80 minutes, which is twice what we ran last time, so the math will be easy, and we'll see how much gold's in it. Let's fire it up.
Let's go.
See what we got.
Good.
Firing it up.
Before the hopper feeder was out of action, Juan fixed the drive chain to allow more pay through the plant. Material built up on one side of the sluice, blocking the riffles. Juan installed a chute that distributes material across the full width of the box, alongside Freddy's rebuilt sluices with new riffles and custom carpets. But the new pay Freddy prospected could be the key to keeping the brothers' mining dream and their friendship alive.
Hey, we're good. Here we go, first bucket. See if we can get some color here.
Nice to be running again.
Yeah, I hope there's gold in it.
First bucket's in, Juan. Water turned brown. Well, we got a lot of changes in this box now, Juan.
Yeah.
Before it was the same. Before
The same. Plug, all the way down.
All the way.
A lot better.
Lynn,
Yeah, go ahead.
how's it going up there for you?
Yeah, that material looks good.
I like it. If you look at it from this angle, you see how it's just coming. I like that flow much better. Look at how round that's river rock. Truck on. Hey! Look at that one. That's grounded. That's pretty good, bro. That's a rounded one. Here's another one. Look at this one. We're gonna get it.
Shut it down, guys. That's 80 minutes. It's twice what we did last time, so we'll see how much gold we get out of it.
Okay, go ahead and turn it off, Kevin. Shutting it down. How's it looking, Juan?
Looks pretty dang good, guys. Looks really good. Look in there. This whole riffle's packed all the way into this corner.
Wow.
I can see it, yeah.
We've never seen gold in this. Look at
Yeah,
that.
we've never seen gold.
Look
in
down
it.
here. Look at that.
Holy
Look down
cow.
here. If you guys want to start knocking the boards and pulling the riffles out of here.
Okay, we'll do it. All I need's a hammer this time, Freddy.
That's it, man.
Look at that. No bolt, no where to find that wrench, none of that. Look at that. How happy am I?
cleanup from the second test complete. It's the moment of truth for the Dietz brothers.
Gentlemen.
How's it going?
Good, good.
Looking.
Good, good.
Got her dried up?
I do.
I'd like to see it. Pour her, Wano.
The first test delivered 0.06 ounces from 40 minutes.
Because we ran twice as long. Let's go 0.12.
If Freddy and Juan's improvements work, this second test of 80 minutes should deliver more than 0.12 of an ounce.
Look how much is left in the
So
jar.
reality is that's what your increase is.
Wow. Awesome.
Pour it out, Wano. .44. Right there's $900 worth of gold.
Wow.
Hey.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Cool.
That's 2 ounces, 100 yards.
For the amount of time that was ran, this is a 350 to 400% increase in gold.
And it's amazing. Look at all that fine gold that's in there now.
Yeah, it wasn't there before.
We didn't have that before.
I couldn't be more pleased, guys.
What do you think, bro?
I don't know what to think. I'm speechless. I mean, this is huge.
I'm totally grateful to them. I can't explain what it means. When there's still hope, then your attitude goes up, your enthusiasm goes up, and your will to do it goes up.
And your morale of the team goes up.
Totally. And you guys changed that.
Today was just totally amazing. The sluice box worked perfect. Freddy and Juan, their improvements to the plant, they did exactly what they said they were going to do. Now we know that there's gold in the area. We've learned how to look for it. We can come back next year. This has been huge.
Well, there's your gold.
Wow.
Nice.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Guys, it's been a pleasure.
Okay.
Get
Thank
loaded
you so
up and
much.
get out.
I can't
You're
tell you
welcome.
how much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Guys.
Stay in touch, okay?
Yeah,
You bet.
sure. Thank
We'll
you,
do it.
guys. To see the pan of almost a half ounce after we ran for 80 minutes just blew me away because that gold really came out of our land. That's pretty exciting. And on top of that, having a better relationship with my brother, and then on top of that, having some hope for next year, it really puts it all into a complete circle and really fits for this stage of our lives. So I'm very grateful for that. Rich, we did this so, you know, we could get a connection again, and it's important.
I understand. It's been tough. I'm sorry, you know, for things that happened in the past, and I just, you know, we just got to learn to maybe live with each other just a little bit, okay? I love you. Really do. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm really sorry. I know it's hurting you.
Let's go. I'm going to show you another spot.
All right.
Thank you.
Kevin and Rich, you know, you can tell they have a lot of brotherly love. I'm hoping they're on the same page so that way they can continue to move forward as brothers and hopefully run a successful mine.
12 miles northwest of Sumter.
Jasper.
The claim is owned by 53-year-old struggling miner, Chad Marmolejo. He's called in best friend Terry for a final roll of the dice.
Hey guys. Good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Chad.
Nice to meet you,
Chad.
Nice to meet you.
Freddie.
Hi, Freddie. It's a real pleasure.
What's your name? Terry. Terry?
Yeah, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Terry.
How long have you been out here running, Chad?
Well, at this spot here, about 10 years. Had some ponds, a little trommel, and I started there and just doing little bits at a time, evolving into
this is what you got now, huh?
This is what I have now. 2008, I was a heating and air conditioning contractor, one-man shop. The housing crashed, forced my company to fail. Being that I just became a dad a few years before that, I was like, man, you know, what the heck am I gonna do now? You know, a lot of places weren't hiring. Just clicked in my brain. I was like, you know, I grew up in gold country. I first started hunting on that very hill right there behind me when I was 11 years old. And I was like, man, I think I ought to give that a whirl. So I came up with a shovel and pans and started finding gold right away. It was pretty much gold fever right then, right out of the gate.
But just as Chad started out on his dream to mine gold, life had other ideas.
My mom passed away, and that hit me pretty hard. I took a 1-year break. It was just too hard to be over here. So the first year when I got back, the wash plant would break down, and then this year, all gung-ho again to get back at it, but still kept fighting breakdowns. It's just been one challenge after another. I can't keep having horrible season after horrible season and not face reality that either I'm not meant to do this or I'm not capable of doing this. This is absolutely the make it or break it year.
How have you done the last few years as far as gold recovery?
To be honest, the last couple years were horrible.
Okay.
Between breakdowns and the time that I could actually run, it was very disheartening. My driving force is I wanted to turn it into something that I could provide for my family. And when it started out in the beginning, it was very exciting. I had a 12-ounce season. That was my best year. That doesn't even cover the money that I spent getting over here and the fuel.
Yeah, that's not good.
To keep his dream alive, Chad called in the cavalry. Best friend and retired businessman, Terry Larimer.
Now, how long have you been up here, Terry?
I just started coming up this spring, helping him repair stuff and just trying to help him. I gotta admit, I got a little bite of the gold fever, maybe.
Okay.
I was a mechanical heating air conditioning contractor for 36 years.
Okay.
Yeah, sold out back in January and actually retired. They're looking for an investment.
Terry's promised Chad a much-needed cash injection for fuel and equipment. But first, he needs to be certain the mine can turn a profit.
You know, Terry's not only my best friend, but he's a very sharp businessman, so he crunches numbers way better than I do, and I'm very hopeful for the big investment, and that's a make it or break it decision.
What do you need per day to make a living out here?
We're currently running about 50 yards a week, getting an ounce and a half. If we can get, 2.5 ounces a week, we're starting to break even.
Yeah.
He knows what he needs to survive, but I know what I'd like to see to stay involved with him. Well, I think my goal would be to see him pull 5 ounces a week.
So we got to double up here.
Yeah, it would definitely make the difference.
Okay.
Well, when we drove up, I saw a camper. That's got to be yours, huh? Are you in that tent?
Yes, I'm in the tent in a little Taj
Roughing it a
Mahal.
little.
Well,
Yeah.
let's fire up a plant and maybe help him get where you can go from a tent to a camper.
Yeah, let's do it.
Amen to that.
There you go.
Let's make some gold.
Get ready for the violence. It's a noisy little plant.
Yeah. Definitely won't be able to take a nap, huh?
I'll start a timer.
4-hour test. There it goes. First
There's
bucket.
timer.
Oh, Fred, look. Spray bar just broke down.
It did. Spray bar broke off 11 seconds in.
Well, there goes your water bar. Yeah, that's not what I was expecting to break. You got a couple of them big zip ties or something?
High-tech stuff. It's embarrassing when I have something like my water line break. It definitely seems like if it's not one thing, it's another.
Juan's past experience working for his father's plumbing business gives him a vital perspective on the pipe work.
He's got a double 90 down here and then got a double 90 up here.
Yeah.
He's got 4 90s within about 10 feet.
Every time the water in the pipe hits a 90-degree bend and heads off in a new direction, it loses pressure. Less water pressure in the wash plant means gold and clay stay stuck to the rocks.
He's killing his flow right there, probably 20, 25% right there.
All right, let's try this again.
Chad's operation features an unusual setup. Terry loads clay-rich pay into the hopper. It passes into a makeshift vibrating mini screen deck, where the reattached spray bar washes the first of the gold-bearing material off the rocks. Grizzly bars screen off anything bigger than 5 inches. Next, the 10-foot trommel washes the material and screens it down to less than ½ an inch. Finally, it passes into the 40-foot sluice box, where the gold should settle in the riffles.
Hey, Terry, I think they're going to check the box down at the end to see if we have any fine gold getting out of the sluice.
Yeah, but first time I stuck a can in it, it's off color.
I found one piece. You know, this is off the end of the sluice box, but if in one pan I was able to find that one piece, you know, we're losing gold, so we're gonna have to do something about the recovery as well.
Some of this is pretty heavy clay.
Former ranch hand Freddy spots another problem in the wash plant.
The screen is there, I think it's an old grain screen, like for wheat or corn or something, you know, to get the dust and stuff out of it. Okay. Right? It's not made for rocks like that.
Yeah, no, that thing's about ready to break apart.
Lightweight as it is with all these big rocks, that's kind of like bringing a spoon to a gunfight.
This is it.
First bucket, guys.
First bucket, here we go.
Moment of truth, Wano.
In the first run, low water pressure meant rocks weren't being cleaned properly, passing out the end of the trommel, still covered in gold-bearing clay.
Look at the difference, Juan. This is from our previous run. The first test, look at all the clay on there.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, look at this.
The two comparisons are night and day.
All that material on there and how much cleaner it is now. There's a heck of a lot less mud on there now. Huge difference, Juan.
At the sluice box, the effects of the fixes are plain to see.
There's a lot more water in here than there was before by narrowing that up.
Yeah.
Right? And redoing that plumbing up there has made a difference. I bet we got 10 to 15% more water now.
Awesome. Yeah, you can definitely see the water action, the increase in it in the box. Man, Terry, from down here, it looks like we're just flying through the material.
We are smoking it.
Awesome.
I think I've run half as much material already as we ran the whole run the other day.
The amount of material passing through is causing Chad a welcome headache.
I'm clogging up down here. It's very obvious we've doubled or even tripled our production. I can't even clear it with the shovel. We're pushing so much through. This is a problem I can deal with. I'm happy to have this problem.
Well, Freddie, I got to say, you know, for kind of a shot in the dark, you know, I know we've built trommels before, but we've never built a scrubber like that. Yep. And I was a little nervous about it, but it's doing a great job.
They're running more material now than they've ever ran.
They're running a lot more material, and it's a lot cleaner than it's ever been. Where are we at on time, Fred? Oh,
one more minute.
Yeah, we're
last
there.
Bucket. Be 4 hours and 1 minute.
Hey, guys!
Last bucket! Terry,
Well,
I beat you here. Have a look at that.
Holy
smokes, that's what I'm talking about. Even I can see gold clear down here. Dude.
Yeah!
But the exciting thing is look how deep all this gold is in the carpet.
Oh,
right?
man. I
Look
totally
in the
see-
carpet itself,
Yeah.
it's loaded. You've never seen gold like that in the box before?
No, no. Freddie.
You'll see it again.
I can't say thank you enough. I really can't, from the bottom of my heart. I've only had dreams of seeing gold like that, but here I'm actually looking at it.
That's what dreams are made of right there.
Yeah.
Dreams and incomes.
Oh, I'm swelling with emotion, happiness, pride also, but relief.
I couldn't be happier right now. The line of gold at the top of that sluice, phenomenal for the amount of material that's ran. We've taken them from what was a hobby before they were struggling at, to now they can make a living. And it looks like a damn good living.
We're gonna clean it up now, weigh it up, see what we got.
Buenos dias, muchacho.
What's going on, guys?
How's it going? Good morning. It's going good.
After 6 days at the Marmolejo mine in northeast Oregon, it's time to see if Freddy and Juan's fixes can double the gold haul to make this mine profitable.
We got a lot of fine in there that I've never seen in there before.
That's a fact.
Yeah, look at all, yeah, there's a bunch of fine in there.
Yep.
Well, you guys ready to see what you got?
Let's check it out.
Absolutely.
Some pretty gold, guys. Beautiful gold.
Yeah.
The first 4-hour run saw 0.86 ounces of gold.
Well, there's over a half ounce.
Chad needs it doubled if he's to tempt best friend Terry to invest.
We're over 0.86 from last time. And 1.68.
Oh, there you go.
Double, I told you.
Double?
Yeah, double.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know we
Right on,
want
guys.
more than double. Yeah.
Freddy and Juan's fixes have brought an earning potential of over $12,000 per week.
That's what we needed. That's what we needed, guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, originally you guys said 2.5 ounces is break even a week, right? So now you're going to be able to make a little money.
I can't tell you what that, I mean, I've beat my head against this place for a decade, you know. It's been very difficult here, but the Goldway was awesome, and we keep running like that. 6 ounces a week is very doable. It proved we can turn this into a viable business is huge for my family.
You know, the great thing is you didn't have to worry about any breakdowns. The plant ran flawlessly.
I can hear.
You can hear what?
I can hear.
And the good thing, guys, is you've got gold in multiple places here. You've got that cut that this came out of, and you've got all this up here.
Definitely. You know, by the looks of it, you guys got a real future here.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be one summer and you're done here. You got multiple years here, so.
Yeah.
But the big question, is this Goldway enough to confirm Terry's investment in the mine?
Hopefully that puts your mind at ease, you know, about getting involved here, because really that's a good cleanup.
After seeing that box, I called my wife and I said, you know, this is it. This is real. This is a viable thing, and, you know, we're ready to do this thing. I'm all in. I mean, if you'll still have me as a partner on this deal, I'm all in. I'm ready to do this.
Terry's not only my best friend, but he's like my brother. And this is a big investment, and it's a lot of pressure on me too.
I'm ready.
Yeah, me too. But I'm very hopeful for the future.
I'm in. I'm in. What this means for Chad and the future of the mine is he's going to be able to provide for his family in a way that he hasn't been able to since 2008. I'm, hoping and praying that this is the step that takes him to the next level where he can really provide a good, a good outcome for them.
Yep. Yeah. You know what, guys? Juan and myself talked about it. We would mine here.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
That means a lot.
Awesome.
You guys are onto something here.
Yep.
Well, guys, we got to get on the road.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry,
Thank
man.
you.
I gotta hug you, brother.
Take care, guys.
All right.
You be safe on the road.
Honestly, we took on more than we probably should have, but it worked out just great. They went from, just being able to make it, barely make it, now they're actually going to be able to make it and be able to put money in their pocket.